Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. We have just finished our tea. We were phoning a few people to see whether anything was going on.
Nah,
There's not going on. But I mean, Sean Dyche was asked today what were the odds of players coming in, and this was his reaction.
I doubt it. I think it's improbable that anything comes in. As the day gets longer, we'll see, but I think it's improbable.
Short and sweet from the
His
manager.
reaction wasn't even that long, was it?
No,
So
short and sweet. I mean, Ped, it is indicative, I guess, of where the football club is just right now.
yeah, you reap what you sow. Although we did see someone on Sky before say organised football clubs don't do any business in January.
There you go. There you go.
Saying.
Maybe that's what it is.
rare that there's good value in January.
Yeah, but I mean that's
And
all good
we
and
can
well.
all trip off the exceptions.
That's all good and well, but when you've only got actually 13 players who can play football for you, it's more necessity than value, isn't it?
No, the short numbers, that's for sure.
That's more the reason why I think a lot of teams buy in January.
Yeah.
It's just the actual simple numbers, isn't it? So
And it's also your last chance to do anything.
I mean, in the past, like you want something, don't you? I mean, last year it felt like we needed a striker, and we nearly were proved correct. We stayed up by the skin of our teeth, but good fortune more than anything. In other transfer windows on deadline day, you're always just looking for something just to give you a boost or whatever. But it does feel like this one, we did need another body.
It
just
does.
because of where we are.
It does. It does.
There's no room, is there?
No.
What do you do?
No.
Oh, I mean, it's funny, isn't it, the contrast between last year when we were sitting here and this year. There was obviously a lot of anger last year because we were told that we were going to get a striker.
Weren't we? Yeah.
We're battle hardened now.
Well, exactly. We've seen it all, and we are getting to the end of it now. So, it would have been nice, but Kevin Felwell, to be fair to him, did tell us at the beginning of the window that didn't think there was going to be much business. The managers will put that message out as well, kept everyone informed, which is fine. We all know why, and I don't think anyone's really... There's no real anger, is it, that we haven't bought anyone? We would have liked someone, of course, and I'm sure the club would have been ringing round asking if they could do deals, but they simply weren't there because no one else is doing deals. There's not a lot of spare players, I'd say.
Sky haven't got a counter about how much money's been spent, have they?
They haven't got a counter to when the window shuts either,
That's
have they?
true, yeah.
Because
It's a match day as well.
yeah, they're probably made up it's a match day. And they're made up that, let's be honest, they're absolutely delighted Lewis Hamilton's broke the news. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me
Big transfer.
if Sky had gone to them, like we pay for the F1 here and give you your own channel. Any chance you can leak this story today that's not supposed to be out till tomorrow? Because we need a big story,
Yeah.
They'll be like that now. Give it an hour and they'll be debating where Carlos Sainz is going.
They will.
He's going.
Yeah.
Where do you think Carlos Sainz is going?
See him showing his professionalism. Because 10 minutes ago, I didn't know who Carlos Sainz was.
I know
Now we can
Carlos
talk about
Sainz is
He knows. I haven't got a clue.
brilliant driver. His dad was a driver.
Rally
even heard of
driver.
him.
Yeah, see.
You know stuff. That's why you got pee on your left breast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
You might want to get into it. It's a cracking distraction from football.
No.
You know what I mean?
MLS starts in about a month.
Is that it?
MLS doesn't work at Sunday afternoons though. It works on Saturday nights and
Sunday afternoon, I've got other stuff to do.
Have you?
All of it, yeah.
There's some breaking news. Look at him.
He's ready.
Oh,
Look at him.
EFL.
EFL. No one cares.
DFL.
I like how they go casual, no tie.
He's the one who applied to us. Said I'd done him up like a kipper. Cause
Really?
Yeah,
Because we went off the sun.
because we went after Allardyce on Sky. That was when he was a very, very, very junior reporter.
Wet behind the ears.
When he said, "You stitched me up there," and I went, "What do you mean I've stitched it up?" He went, "You had a go at Allardyce." I said, "No, I didn't. I just said that we've got a manager who might try and win derbies." And the cameraman said, "Yeah, I don't think even Allardyce had a derby." I was like, "Well, he had." But yeah, so
It's all good.
no.
It was all good. He was also the famous one that was asking everyone which team had won the transfer window. Hence why Ped said it. Hence why people still refer to something that happened.
That's not bother me.
Whatever it was, 6 years ago. Off a question. So there you go.
Yeah.
Whereas we are where we are, and the club is in purgatory, it feels like, and I think maybe
That's a good word.
But it is though, isn't it? We've had,
No, it is,
We've
yeah.
had a few years of this now, and we have been beaten down. Whereas now, I think people are just like, it almost feels like not getting any players in isn't. It's just like, oh yeah, like we've been hit so many times. But John, there has been stuff going around, and the A word has been mentioned a few times.
Amadou.
Yeah. Administration for Everton. And some people, I've seen some people saying actually it'll be it's a good thing if Everton
Really?
go into administration.
Really?
Yeah.
Name
And
names?
All born off the back of Philippe Auclair as well.
Well, I guess that's where it come from. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people think that it's the magic bullet to solving everything going into administration.
Philippe did a bit of Rocky, didn't he? Administration ain't so bad. Ain't so. It is.
So talk me through administration, John, and why it is a terrible thing. Because I think it's a terrible thing, but
-9 points.
explain. Yeah,
That's one thing, isn't it?
it's about, I mean, that's relegation
You know,
straight off
I
the
mean,
bat, isn't it?
So should we play with the scenario where we know we're going to get relegated anyway? You know what I mean? Maybe it's mathematical.
Yeah, okay.
So we choose. So this is what you were talking to me offline, wasn't it? So we do a technical gig that says, let's go into administration, get 9 points taken off us. Doesn't matter because we're getting relegated anyway. We shit on everybody we owe money to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then an administrator is appointed to come in and try and rescue the business.
Yeah.
Keep it solvent. Be like, oh, get it solvent because you're going into administration because you're not, right? So part of that administrator's mission is not to cack on all the people you owe money to, is to actually give them, as much as is sensible, right? And then to try and find a way for the business to stay in business, which clearly would include selling it. But a business that is not solvent isn't actually going to be sold, is it? Somebody's going to take on the challenge. Yeah. And but because the last people who are going to get any protection out of this sort of thing are going to be shareholders. Now, well, I've got, if I've got 10 and Farhad Mashiri's got whatever it is, 100,000 more than me or whatever it is, it's 135,000 shares at the moment, So I don't think my 10's going to mean anything. But if you got 10, it's still 40 grand's worth, isn't it?
If that's what
So you'd be waving off, if you're a shareholder, you'd be waving off your money. Right? So bye-bye money, never going to see you again. But in trying to capitalise the business, deal with debt and all those sorts of things, then I would expect the administrator to sell assets.
Yeah.
Which the only assets really we've got. Let's make it emotional, particularly for, say, someone like Ped, where John, I'm quite comfortable with Everton owning 51% of the stadium and not owning 49%.
Yeah.
But imagine someone rocked up to the administration and says, I tell you what, lads, I'll buy that stadium off you for a few £100 million, or even 100 million, or even 50 million. I'll just buy it off you because no one wants it. There's no use for it. I'll buy it, and I'm going to use it as a football ground if there's ever a football team in this city. And I'll do pop concerts and all that sort of stuff. And the administrator accepts the best deal he can get, whatever it turns out to be. That's the stadium. Meanwhile, someone else will rock up and say, that Jared lad, the big tall one, give you some money for him. And so you have no control.
Yeah.
Because the administrator's running the business.
Not you,
And the administrator's job is to keep the business in a state where it won't disappear totally, which is the potential of your own administration. Right? That you just are no longer a going concern. You just disappear altogether, which is, I guess, Mashiri's existential threat to the club. That this grand old lady, not just the stadium, the club, would disappear. But the thing is that, for me, which is critical, is you're in the hands of the administrator. not like the current owner or the future owner or the managers who run the place. Lots of people will be shown the door quite quickly. Employees, I mean.
Yeah.
And yet somebody within the club thinks this is a good idea. Shocking.
Surely Onana and Branthwaite mean that we're not going into administration anytime soon.
Absolutely, because you get into some interesting situations, right? Because administration's a product of you're no longer solvent and you can't trade, which basically means you can't service the needs of debts and stuff like that. Now, when that looks possible, like, for example, if you keep successfully getting loan money by the largest shareholder or someone who wants to be the owner, then and they've given you commitments, one or the other or both, that they will fuel the cash flow, until a decision is made on a change of ownership or whatever, then the board of directors can have some comfort that they know that the business is solvent because of those commitments, the buyer and the seller, Fahad Mashiri, 777 Partners. But if they got any concerns that that wasn't going to be upheld, in the sense that one or other didn't have the money anyway, or whatever, then they would be obliged to take action to keep the business solvent.
Right.
And the action to keep the business solvent, realistically, is selling players.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, and I don't know whether it's anything related to this technical debate, but one of the things that Sean said today was, we don't need to sell anyone.
Yeah, he did say that, yeah.
So straight away, we don't need to sell anyone. That means the business, you would assume, is liquid and is going to remain solvent to the end of the season. Because you can't sell anyone outside of that. But I guess if you rang up the Premier League and said, this football club, which has been around rather a long time, is about to go down unless you let us sell a player, then I don't know how that would work, to be honest. But so they must have assurances that solvency is okay.
Just waiting to see where the Bournemouth goal has stood. The bar, on it. At West Ham, they scored already.
But I honestly, God, I, for the life of me, I can't understand why anyone would think it's a good idea. Yeah.
So, I mean...
Because the sunny day plan is all your debts go away, you get refreshed, you're all right, But for me, an emotional thing would be, for example, that's Ped because he's across from me. Would it bother you if Everton Football Club disappeared, but a new football club, almost the same, maybe one or two players missing, called Everton Football Club 2025, replaced it? Would that bother you? In other words, all the history.
Yeah, it would bother. Yeah, of course it would.
Yeah.
But it bothers me. It's like it's worse than that. When we talk about the stage, when you say you're not bothered if it's 50-50 or 51%.
No, still have control.
Yeah, I mean, that bothers me less, actually, no.
Yeah.
But no, that would be...
Calvin Phillips set the goal off apparently.
That would actually
the goal away.
that would actually bother me quite a lot. If it was, because...
Like a black new Everton.
Yeah, because not only is it not necessarily real, but it's what comes with it. Celtic fans still call
Rangers
Circo and all that kind of thing. So yeah.
Because
John, just explain.
Well, just because we're quite emotional creatures, football fans. Yeah. The obvious example would be, in this blue sky, sunny day plan where we're in the Championship and then we come back into the Premier League the year after. We play the guys from the other side of the park and their fans are singing, "Not it's 30 years since you won something." You've never won anything. Ever.
You've won around 30
years. You're only 18 months old.
No, whatever, yeah.
No, you're not. It says here, look, Everton FC 2025. So, and it's the uncertainty about the circumstances of administration as well. So it's not like a lovely little thing you write down and say, this is what happens, and look, when we come out the other end, everything's great. It might be better because, of course, it clears the decks, but there might be a fair amount of bloodletting in
the price to pay for that.
Yeah, there might be a price to pay for that.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. That's forget about administration because it's
not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't like that. can't see how anyone would think it is a good idea other than if you just...
It's a good idea.
If you ignore everything and
It's a good idea on paper,
yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
just
like in
quickly.
terms of like, no, but in terms of like on paper, not in real life, but on paper it goes, oh, you get to start again and you don't have any
those
debt.
sorts of things.
No,
yeah.
it's an irrational, unemotional
Yeah.
way of doing things.
Yeah.
On paper, it looks like you basically just get to go, we've got no more debts and we can start.
Like what
but it's not. It's not reality.
No.
That's not reality.
If you drive down the high street, right, in, you know, just down the road here where we've just been to Walton Village, right, to go to the chip shop,
Yeah.
and it's called Village Chip Shop. Next week it says New Village Chip Shop, because they folded the old business and
Gone for the... Yeah.
got the debts thrown out and start again, you know, shrug. This is an institution, yeah? It's far more complex than that.
So, okay, so, like, forget that then. Let's take
Okay,
administrations off the table.
yeah.
Like-
Oh, was it? It wasn't really on it, was
No,
it?
but
Yeah.
someone, when people go, you know, it mightn't be as bad, the thing,
Welcome
really.
to Discovery Plus.
Right, so listen. So therefore,
Claiming this back.
right, when we go to, say, 777 are approved then.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're the only people at the table.
They're
right
the only
now.
people in the process
Right
at
now,
the moment.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're in the process, and by all accounts, we'll have a decision in the next fortnight for that, one way or the other.
Yeah,
But it's
allegedly, yeah.
leaning,
Yeah, yeah.
it's allegedly leaning towards a yes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll just say, yeah, 777 have been approved.
And they become it.
They're in. How can they start to make things better? Because just right now, it feels like we're just in the water with no captain or not. No one's got any oars to steer us anywhere, and we're just bobbing along. And yet we're hearing things of interest rates. You know, that's what's killing Everton, interest payments, and this is the reason. Oh, Calvin. This is the reason what's going
How's that
on,
to go?
you know, this is why we're in trouble, blah, 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 blah. So how did they make it better?
Run it better.
How though, like when they come through the door, how could it start? to
Quick
get
wins,
better?
if you will.
Yeah,
Things that, hang on a minute. Do you want it to be really better?
this is Calvin.
Are they showing it again?
It's just, no, what I mean is, right,
How's he not offside?
well, no,
How's that on offside?
does Phillips pass it back?
No. Phillips was the one who was passed
Oh,
to.
well, let's see if he passes it back.
Oh, yeah,
it's
he
Phillips,
does,
so
yeah,
he's
yeah.
onside.
Yeah.
Good assist, though.
Yeah.
Showing
That's
he's
what
got
they
the
bought him for.
ability.
£7 million for 5 months.
It's great.
Or you want to feel better?
What I want you to tell me,
Yeah.
like, they come through the door.
Yeah.
Like, how do we
Well,
move?
there isn't going to be a magic wand, is there?
No, of course.
Right?
So how do they start to make things better? Because just right now, we're in
Well,
the middle of nowhere.
okay. So, one of the things they'll have to do to pass the fit and proper owners test thing is to demonstrate they have the funds to keep
Yeah,
the
yeah,
business as a going concern.
Yeah.
Which, perversely, if you're to believe that Farhad Mashiri's got very little liquid asset, right? He couldn't pass it
Right.
because he couldn't prove that he had the monies, right?
Okay.
Because maybe it's tied up or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. So they must have proven that they've got money that
to
keeps the business
keep it,
flowing,
yeah,
right?
okay.
At the moment, some of the horror stories that you'll get is the size of the debt pile, right? We know Right and Media funding this, we know Metro Bank that, we know MSP this, we owe 777 that, we owe Farhad Mashiri hundreds of millions of pounds, whatever, right? So I would expect, maybe even assume, that the monies that 777 have been loaning the business,
Yeah.
they'll convert to equity.
So what does that, for people who don't understand what that means,
Well,
what does that mean?
Right now, what's the current claim about how much they're up to? 120, 130
million.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So say 130 million quid, that's
Yeah.
a debt.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. We owe them. Now.
So simple example would be if the owner of that debt, 777, said to Everton Football Club, I want it right now, we'd go into administration because we haven't got it.
We haven't got to pay.
Okay. One assumes that at the moment it's interest free.
Yeah.
One assumes.
One assumes.
Because they're replacing what Mashiri was doing.
Yeah.
He was giving the club football club money to
Yeah.
keep going with no predetermined repayment timescale
Yeah.
and no interest.
Yeah.
Free money. That's what Mashiri did for years, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right? But you come to the point where if you're not charging for your money and you're not telling the people you've lent it to that you want it back, then auditors often say, well, it's equity really, i.e. it's shareholding,
Okay.
right? So they're probably at that point, right? But they're also thinking, well, the reason that we are investing is to keep the club solvent, because we hope, expect to become the new owners.
Yeah.
And we, even though it might be bobbling, in the water, at least it's still breathing, right? And I think in that moment when they take over, they'll say, well, we'll convert that to debt. The football club's we'll convert it to equity. The football club is never going to pay us back.
No.
Because of the circumstances it's in and so on. And we're cool with that, so we'll convert that to equity.
And they'll get more buck for the but it won't be really.
Well, they'll as a product of doing that, they'll do a share placement to themselves, and the percentage of the football club that they own will increase.
Right, okay.
Albeit, it's tiny percentages that's not owned by Mashiri anyway, but that tiny percentage will become an even tinier percentage. Yeah.
But would it be like what Mashiri did, where he essentially bought, for what he did by turning into it, he got the shares cheaper by doing that? If they turn this, they might get shares for £8 a share, but the remaining shares they want, they'll get for £10 a share.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because they'll have such a huge percentage anyway. And the share price is just people saying they've converted £150 million into equity, but they only got one share. So that one share cost £150 million, didn't it? Or they got 150 million shares, those shares cost £1 each. So what Mashiri did it about what the market was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Well, right now, Everton shares, most recently traded shares, have traded for about £3,700, right? Nice. So if you assume that was it and they thought that was the right number, then you could literally say, well, if it's 130 million quid divided by 3,700, that's how many shares they would get. Yeah. Add that to 135,000 shares that are already out there at the moment. Yeah. And that becomes the new share capital. And their percentage by definition, because no one else got to be able to buy any of the increased ones, I'll be that, right? So that's it, sorted. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, the biggest debt's to this bloke called Mashiri, isn't it? Whatever it is, 350 million or what have you. Okay. And I don't know whether it, as part of what's going on, he might, as far as the club is concerned, almost write it off.
Right.
Because, again, that's been free money, yeah? In the sense that there's no interest attached to it, there's no repayment period, as far as we know.
Yeah.
It'll all become different when we find out stuff, right? And therefore, you might argue, if that's equity, as far as the auditors are concerned, 777 have just bought it, right? Yeah. So you might argue, in some way, 777 might owe the money to Farhad Mashiri, not the football club, right? So this is a bit of a sunny day plan because we don't know some of this stuff. But if we just do a bit of roundings, the approaching £1 billion of debt that we're supposed to have, half of that is Farhad Mashiri and 777.
Right, yeah.
So as part of recapitalising the business, getting it on a bit straight and narrow, they could significantly reduce the debt pile, right? But that would be quite subjective because it's not the expensive money, is it? The expensive money is rights and media funding, yeah? We don't know how much MSP are getting paid, Metro Bank with the overdraft and stuff like that. So that's the one that needs to be attacked, the rights and media funding one. But if they can get less drag on the business, then you generate some headroom. And you generate headroom by that'll make it easier to comply with even the current PSR, because you reduce your costs. Yeah. So you'd expect to have smarter people coming through the door. So again, how will they make it better? Yeah. Bring a chief exec in from external, who, when we all find out that chief exec's name, even if we don't know who they are, we can check up on them and go, oh my goodness, that's some bloke, woman, whatever, who's run big businesses or is a dead wizzo at financial stuff, or in other words, a really credible chief executive officer, right, to run the business for them. And the same with the chair of the board, yeah? So I could think we can probably anticipate that at least 2 or 3 of those things we've just talked about will happen. Yeah. Converting their own debt into equity, appointing almost straight away a very credible chief exec, appointing a very credible chairperson. And if you look how they bolstered 777 Football Group, they were industry names, weren't they? You know, Don Dransfield, Mladen, even if it's rumoured he's moved on again.
Yeah,
But if you-
Spurs.
Yeah, and Spurs, right? So they'll do the business equivalent of that, putting in place credible people. They're not daft. They know what all the noise is about them.
Yeah.
So they would have to do something, wouldn't they, to counter the noise? So who knows? Maybe
they have
Mark
to-
Carney will be chief chairman or something.
Yeah.
Would they have to wait till the stadium's completed before they can try and refinance it?
At the stadium itself?
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. It's close enough now, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
because it just feels. I just thought
But the
common sense would.
the fun thing there is, if you want to call it fun, is
Give us some.
no. If you listen to all the noise about 777 as an organisation, then the football groups, obviously it's a wholly owned subsidiary and stuff like that. You can't imagine anyone lending them money,
No.
right? Because of what you see.
Yeah.
But again, this is all based on an assumption they get approval. But the Premier League have taken so long. If they get approval, they presumably are going to be able to say, we are being scrutinised more than any other owner of a Premier League football club in history. And they still said yes. Right? And they still said yes. So you can leave at that as well as and there will be noise. There'll be people who still say, these are the wrong guys. I'm distraught. Because the noise is just what people read, and only people like Philippe or Paul Brown get really close to it, right? And the rest of us read what they write.
If it's complete though, aren't
The
you,
stadium.
Yeah. If it's complete, aren't you borrowing against it though, rather than against 777? Or am I wrong?
Oh, but no, it'd be the football club.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
777 is separate then, aren't
Yeah, but 777 own an airline that owes a lot of money. 777 own other football clubs which pay after they should, and so on, right? Owners still make decisions.
Oh, yeah.
So you can imagine borrowing some money on the back of the broadcast rights, broadcasting.
Yeah.
But then it's the owners who decide whether you actually use that to pay off your debts or whether you use it on something else. Yeah. And what we've seen, of course, with in the latter days, certainly poor ownership from Fahad Mashiri and poor leadership within the football club is they don't do the right things at the right time. Yeah, because the culture is almost being attuned to, we do whatever Mr. Mashiri wants, whether it's right or wrong. Yeah. As soon as you put in a very professional chief exec, I'm not saying the people who are in post now are not professional, but experienced.
There's people in post.
Well, yeah, of course. Colin Chong's interim chief exec, right? But but you know what I mean? People who've got gravitas, who will have been in almost like a seller's position of wanting assurances from Steve Pascoe and Josh Wander that we will be allowed to do the job properly, and would walk presumably a bit like Winers did back in the day if they're not allowed to do the job properly. Yeah. I still think, I wrote a blog in 2016, but I still think they could, and perhaps, not could, because that's wrong, because I've never spoke to anyone about it. In my view, they should find a way to lever that asset. Yeah. The stadium, I mean. One way, which is what you've just said, is to use it as fundamentally collateral against borrowings, which means that you borrow 100 million quid, but it costs you 150 because the interest and all that jazz, right, over time. Or you just sell shares in the goddamn thing.
Would it be worth?
I would sell.
Would it be worth selling?
I would sell a minority shareholding.
Would it be worth selling? Would it be worth selling part of it to a company that specialises in the other stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Of course it would. It becomes a venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Gregg would totally agree with you, because that's what he wanted to do.
That's what he wanted to do with the King's
with
stuff,
King's
didn't
stuff.
he?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And they, if you did that, they could almost become part of your board, right? Of some holding company or whatever. Because who's to know what the corporate structure is going to be, right?
Yeah.
We know that Everton Football Club, as we know it, will be part of 777 Football Group. Right, but we don't know where the stadium's going to be, because maybe that's just the sporting side, because it's a sporting director type bloke in Don Dransfield who runs that. The business side of it might be Everton Football Club Holdings or whatever, right? But absolutely, Ped, spot on, yeah. Why wouldn't you think and they've probably got business plans somewhere, haven't they? That's it, and we'll run 10 concerts, and Rod Stewart will be here, and whoever the biggest, the biggest band of the day. Let me finish that. Biggest band of the day, and whatever else you can put in a space where 50-odd thousand people can be, right in it. I mean, no big band, if you want to call it that, is going to do Anfield ever again.
Oh, I think they will.
I don't think they will.
I think they will, because the reason why they will is because Liverpool only gets 8 concerts a year outdoor in the summer.
Right.
So the bands make money from going on, because they don't make money from releasing songs anymore. They make money from concerts.
There'll be at Bramley Moor.
No, but we can't have 8. You can only have 4. You can only have 4 concerts a summer. It'll
change.
How will that change? Think of the grass. No. Think about you only have a very small window.
Think of the grass at Anfield.
No, but you only have a very small window to put gigs on. That's what I'm saying. So this is. I don't think I'm talking out of.
No, you're probably
Man
not.
City are exactly the same. I think they're only allowed 4. That's why people take 4 nights in a row.
The allow bit, right?
It might go to 5.
Yeah, okay. It's 20% inflation already. No, the allow bit is because the club chooses not to, because, as you say, they want to maintain the pitch in good condition.
No, it's actually, genuinely, they're not allowed to by the council.
Well, okay, I think that would get challenged.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what
you commit to for planning approval and what happens in the real life is not the same thing.
I think the thing about it is, it's like how, if these are going to be the people who take us on, I can't say take us forward, because I don't know if they will or they won't, right? But the people who are taking us on, a lot of people's concern is if these keep having to tip in 30 million every few months.
Yeah.
Like, where's that come from? How does that stop? Because if you're having to tip in,
you start living within your means.
But how then? How can we do it do you know what I mean? It's like, when you look at it right now, is that extra money they're having to throw in basically to pay the stadium off, because that's a big expense?
It's all of the above, isn't it?
Because if it's anything else, then we're in huge trouble.
All of the above, isn't it?
I don't know, so I'm asking.
Well, because we're paying for a stadium, clearly, from our own money which we get gifted to by current or future owners, but call it our own money. It's not like there's
not a loan.
It's not like there's a single big fat loan, right? Clearly, as we were going down the list, they could seek to consolidate the other loans. Right, against an asset like the stadium or whatever, right? So they'll go off to some big bank or something, right, and say, we'd like to borrow X hundreds of millions of pounds, please, over the next X number of years, right? And then we'll pay off RMF, we'll pay off MSP, we'll pay off Metro Bank's overdraft, whatever, and then from a day-to-day perspective, you're now in a bit more control. Okay. Which is a bit like you consolidating all your credit card bills into...
Is that a good idea?
Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah. If you can get the right interest rates. But as we know, or people who think they're in the know, the interest rates on all those loans are really quite punitive, because they're short-term, right? Yeah. So that's another thing you'd do. Clearly, you've got to live within your means. Yeah. And the only way you can live within your means is you look at those pillars of income, and we know what they are. Commercial is appalling. Yeah. So be really good and get a load of kudos for a new owner, wouldn't it? And said, oh, by the way, my mate, who owns a finance house, is going to pay to have his name on the front of our shirts for X. In other words, they bring other people to the party, right? Yeah. So that commercial income is appalling. We spoke about it, BWB last week, was it? Yeah. And it's just dire. It's stood still for many a long year, right? Player trading becomes real, but we all know that is the norm. I mean, we're watching the team here, Bournemouth are winning, aren't they? And maybe they're just performing well because for the last couple of years they've hung on to players rather than selling players, haven't they? But you can make money from player trading. And then there's match day income, and it's really maximising the asset, which is that stadium, right? Yeah. And that means, in my world, high ticket prices, whatever high means. Yeah. So you've got to keep it affordable. So you're going to have a range, right? But also all the stuff that goes on outside, pre-match, post-match, making use of the stadium on days when it's not hosting football matches, all the things you could give a piece of paper, a pen, and send him over there, and he'd come back with 20 things you could do. And people at the club over the last 25, 30, 40, 50 years could have made the list, but for whatever reasons, they've never actually said, let's do that. Tick, done that one. Tick, done that one. It's not rocket science.
No, but they must think, surely, having looked at everything, that they can make it better. They must do, mustn't they? And they must think they can make money off it. Who are they? 777?
Oh, sorry.
It's not about the new owners.
No, I'm saying about the new owners. I'm saying they must do, mustn't they? Why would you take it on if you didn't?
Because they've obviously got a plan. And the plan involves us being at the top of a triangle. Which is terrifying.
Pyramid.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
Using us at the top, definitely.
And they obviously think that their model, because you say before, like their model is just pay when the red letter comes through the door, don't they? So they obviously
they pay just in time. What's wrong with that?
And a company that are in their infancy.
So when you pay late, that's the issue.
Yeah, they're a company that's in their infancy, aren't they? So they're obviously still learning a lot, and I've got people in who are trying to steer them in the right way. But they obviously feel like, and I imagine loads of companies feel like this, we can do it better. All those that we instead of employing 2 people, we can employ 1 person, and that one person is, will work
twice as hard,
or whatever. There's because you create not like a cult, like a horrible culture, but you create a culture where everyone's pulling in the right direction.
You have to.
And everyone's willing to give their last bit because they all feel like they're in it together.
Yeah.
And you see, part of the leadership of it, call it leadership, that say Bill Kenwright and Denise Baxendale between them had, was one of, it's our job to be employers. It's our job to make sure everyone feels happy. And therefore stress levels should be quite low. They won't be now, will they, after 2 or 3 years of what they've gone through? But you know what I mean? In the round, perhaps going back as far as Elston's days, he was getting really very decent bonuses, thank you very much, for just having a full stadium, when if your prices are 2/3 of what everyone else is, of course your stadium's full, and so we will get that emotional bit where the rubber hits the road of how much do you increase ticket prices before you drift so far away from being a people's club, just to shorthand it, that actually it goes against you, and that's where Juve perhaps got themselves into. They just, on a small capacity stadium for what they are, they just kept putting the prices up to the point where people just stopped going.
Yeah.
So your trick is to squeeze it right up to the point when people stop going, but they don't stop going because you stop them.
But you've got to put the prices up in relation to what you're doing on the pitch as well, though. People will pay money, but they won't pay money to watch crap.
See, that's not a business phrase.
No, I know, but that's real, though. That's real, isn't it? Fans will stop going. Fans will stop going. I'm pretty sure fans at the moment are on the hook because of the new stadium. But if we get into that stadium and we're in a couple of years and those prices are going up and it's crap, I'm convinced people will stop.
Well, some people will.
I think a lot of people
Okay,
will.
well...
I just do, and I know...
No, I get it. I
know it's different.
Well, you stop going.
Well, it's my job, so I can't really.
Forget your job.
No, but I don't
watch
know.
It on the telly like lots of journalists do.
No, but I don't know. But I know... But
you stop going.
If it got to a point where they couldn't afford it, of course I would. I'm never going to put me in jeopardy to go and watch 11 millionaires who don't give a toss.
So what would you give up before you give up the footy?
I haven't got anything else to give up. That's the scary part.
You wouldn't give up Sky Sports and Apple Plus?
Yeah, but that's like saying to people, don't have Netflix and don't eat avocado.
What you've got to remember...
The reason I say it is because we all make decisions about needs and wants.
I know, but...
Right? And I'm just trying to figure out how much is...
But I do think...
I wouldn't give up, like, Netflix, Apple, something else that I watch all the time to go.
No, I understand.
They don't make people feel miserable.
No, and go to.
That's the genuine thing, though, isn't it, John?
And people are every 2 weeks.
I know there's a lot of bluster from people, but the amount of people I just see who football is emotive, and of course it drags you up and down. But when it's the way it's dragging people at the moment, it's just like there's other things.
Hopefully this is right at the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I said earlier today.
But as I said, the trick is, I don't mean a deception, but the trick is to
Yes, plucky plan that it is our job.
hike your prices to the point where people will just about bear it. Don't forget, you might, for want of a phrase, hike the prices in premium seating, call it hospitality no money, far more aggressively than you would the ultras on the bottom of the south stand, right?
Course,
So you've got to have a range of ticket prices, right? But the overall outcome has got to be a significant increase in match day income, okay? Now that requires some smartness around how you do it, right? I mean, one of my old-fashioned bogeys, because I've basically said it to, I haven't done it to Colin, but the previous two chief execs, I said this to them, and it was like a waste of my time. You know, I looked them in the eye and said, I spend more than £5,000 a year going to away games. Because lots of them are travel, hotels, and all that sort of stuff. Why don't you make it easier for me to give you that £5,000 instead of giving it to West Ham, to West Brom, to Norwich, to whoever it might be? Now, I'm addicted to Everton Football Club because I've been at it so long, and you two probably are as well, right? And none of us really know what would be the straw that breaks our individual backs. But right now, we keep going, and our fans are amazing. Because the easiest thing in the world would have been to pull stumps a long time ago. When headlock gate's happening, you're thinking, what is the point? You know, and so on and so on and so forth, right? But, right, I could give up away games. But we need fans going to away games, right? Because we've got a great away following and the players appreciate it and all that sort of stuff. But I get older, blah, blah, blah. Now, as I get older and stop going to away games, like some of my mates have already done, you know, they cherry pick the ones they want to go to and stuff like that. At what point do I go suddenly, I'm £5,000 a year better off now? Now, it'd be better for the club if I spent that £5,000 with them rather than just, I'll have a holiday or whatever. So they've got to get people in, which I use the phrase, inside the wall.
You've got to get them inside.
Hours before the kick-off, spending money, having a good time because they want to have a good time. Loads and loads of Everton fans have a really good time at away games, regardless of what the result is. Make it so almost it can be like that at home. You have a really good time with your mates, with people on the same page as you, and it's even better if you win.
2-0 of it. Yeah.
What
a save.
No, you're absolutely right. But the secret of Everton's longevity with its fan base is the fact that as people get older and age out, going the match, their places are taken by the next generation who now start taking their kids and can afford to take their kids.
That's right.
And that's why Liverpool's local fan base as going the match has died out.
Absolutely.
Because of that. Because that's where Everton have got to be very, very careful with the ticket prices. Because if they alienate people who go, I can't take my lads, and I'm actually only going to take my lads now. The fun of going with my lads and seeing their eyes and going in and experiencing it with them. If I can't experience that, and I've got a Saturday afternoon, but actually I work all week and my lads are at home and they're not going to a game, do you know what? I'll just stay at home with my kids and watch it on telly or go out with them.
Yeah, get it.
And that's where Everton have got to be very, very careful, isn't it? You know, I think, because it is definitely a club. I know loads of clubs will say this, but it's definitely a club that is passed on to you by your parents or your grandparents, and that's where they've
There's nothing else to keep it there.
No, there's not.
The challenge is, Steve Kelly's put it there, the challenge is the fans end up bearing the brunt of reckless decision making by an incapable board, which is what it was. We end up paying more money for a far worse product. But if we're saying, like before, would you give Netflix up or whatever it could be? I said this to you lots of times, and I think I wouldn't keep going to Bleeding Empire to watch you play, but it was shite every other week. And that's what I see.
We don't have an emotional attachment to the shite.
I know, but there'll be a point though where I just go.
That's what I said. That's the straw that breaks.
It's like, and it might, and you know what? For me, it might not necessarily be I can't afford it. It's how long I can go and sit in that stadium and watch the shite that is being churned out by the team right now. It's dreadful, right? But if it carries on and carries on, people will in the end go, what's happening? Because it's not, if it was like years ago when I started, I forget, must be, God's sake.
I'm having this chat and you're watching the football.
No, I can multitask.
Right, when I started going on match, I was like, Everton were good. Everton were dreadful.
The 70s.
Right, late 80, 90, we were crap.
Oh, after
81,
the good days.
I was a baby, I couldn't go then, could I? I remember, you know, the certain games I was taking.
Just forgot when he was born.
Just lazy.
Yeah, right. 81, 80, you know, Howard coming, it was still crap. But there was the belief that if he turned it, you could catch the teams.
Yeah.
Now, there's no belief for that. It's there. You're talking different stratosphere for those teams to us. So when you take out the opportunity to maybe, like, one day win a league, when you slim that down to, like, hardly any chance, Leicester proved it can happen, but realistically, it's unlikely. And then you go, can we win, like, one of the domestic cups? It's unlikely. We could win an FA Cup, but it's unlikely at the moment. And then the last bit of that is, all right, well, am I entertained when I go to match? Then even if I can't do the thing I'd love to do, I'd love to sit with Zach and watch us win the league. And me dad, I'd love it. I'd love to be sat at Wembley and watch our captain, right? But that seems to me right now a million miles.
So if you did...
No, hang on, I'm right.
Okay, sorry.
But if I went to match every other week and we had exciting players and we won, well, quite a few home games and we were all right away and we were 7th, 8th, but a good side, I'd at least go, I love watching us. You know, we're not top level because we haven't got Man City's players, whatever. There's not, you know, that isn't even there anymore. And on top of that, we're not buying. We're sat here on deadline day. We've discussed them. You know, we're thinking about a bald 11. We've discussed 777.
But you don't want prices to go up, but you want players to be bought in a January transfer window. So how do you fund them?
No, I know, but that's
the decision.
There's other ways to fund
Right, all right, so hang on.
Not for us. That's
me and you have done this before.
Yeah.
So the fans may bringing in an extra £12 million or something, 15 million maximum, by paying stupid prices, doesn't buy you a play, can't get you a Adam Waterloo plays for Blackburn, it can't even get you 2/3 of him.
No,
What I would say, I'd say to my commercial team, tell you what, stop putting the burden on those people who've kept the club afloat for the last 15 years. Go out and sell some fucking commercial stuff and bring in 100 million.
With you.
It's the Premier League.
Totally with you.
Going, we've got 11 million for a shirt sponsor. Fucking great.
Make it easier.
Absolute shite. Everyone in that club.
And that's why...
Make it easier for people to be able to go and buy a shirt.
Yeah, but that's what... Let's do that in a minute. Right? Let's do that in a minute. But that's why, when you get your towers of income...
Yeah.
On an assumption...
I'm not saying prices shouldn't go up, by the way, but
on your towers of income, right? Yeah. And keep the emotion out of it, because we're all, you know... But you've got your towers of income, we'll assume... For this debate, that costs are as controlled and as low as they can possibly be. Don't have 20 people doing 10 people's jobs just because you want to employ 10 people, right?
Well, exactly,
and so on, whatever. And it sounds a bit harsh when you do it in the cold-lighted day because it's real-life people, but there's ways to reduce it by natural attrition. When people leave, you don't replace them. No one loses their job. They move on through their own choice, whatever, right? Match day income is one of those towers. Broadcast income, you never did come back to me with the other one. There's 4, right? And I wouldn't tell him what the 4th one was. But the broadcast income, let's do it from big to small, I suppose. Broadcast income, we have no control over really, but we do because we're successful with more money, right?
Of course,
Player trading, no one has an issue with player trading, do they?
No.
Right, as being, that's part of the game. Now,
Liverpool do it.
Commercial income. Piss poor. Needs to be better. Only recruit people to sell you commercial deals who want to get rich personally from selling commercial deals. In other words,
give them incentives,
bonuses, and rewards. Not people who stick around on their salaries for years, never even selling anything materially. I mean, we're being harsh here because clearly,
people are selling, but it's not at the level we should be.
It's my foot race analogy, right? You know. We're behind other clubs and they're still pulling away from us, right? Tottenham Hotspur were in a less favourable position than us a number of years ago. But they, over those years, have had, whether you like them or not, what appear to be more business savvy, more committed, more decisive individuals, which makes them unpopular, particularly Daniel Levy, right? And they end up where they are today, right?
Yeah.
Well, did you say they've got the biggest turnover of clubs in London?
Now, yeah.
So they've gone from being behind Chelsea, behind Arsenal, probably just them two, isn't it, really, to ahead of those. You know, maybe they compromised their stadium a little bit because it's an NFL stadium, but it looks nice, and it's full, and it makes a lot of noise when they want it, so it's full. But then you get to the last one of the four, match day income. That's got to take some of the burden, but doesn't mean the others don't have to take it. And my version of taking that burden, and I'll say it again, right, is you go as far as you can possibly go before it becomes counterproductive, right? Now, if that means someone who's currently paying, and make it up, I don't know what people pay, I don't know what I pay. So Park End, 600 quid, whatever, right? If that means the equivalent of that at the new stadium's 1,200 quid, and I'm staying in the same stand and I'm not happy, but I pay it, that's what they should do. If it gets to the point where you're having an effing laugh and all of a sudden your season ticket count goes down, you know, and so on, right? The big discounts that season ticket holders get, I'm not sure that's a good idea either, personally, right? Sure, making a commitment to go in every single game should get you some form of discount, but it's quite steep, isn't it? I mean, I think it's 55 quid to sit in the Park End, right?
55 quid everywhere now, isn't it?
Well, maybe I don't know. I only know the Park End.
One price, I think, for everywhere now.
I only know the Park End because occasionally SEs get sold, right? But it's 55 quid walk up. Ned will know because he must have paid it more than once, right? But through your season ticket, it's about 30 quid. That gap's too big for me. It's too big. So we've got some legacy, heritage, call it what you will, of being I'll use the words and probably get battered for it, too low ticket prices. Not low, too low. Over time, all of that accumulates to the talent and the assets on the pitch aren't as good as they should be. So the answer to your question is, what can 777 do? Is to try and change each of those towers, influence them to be positive. And hence the killer question when I tried to interrupt you before, was how long will that take? So right now, with either a big positive hat on or a big negative hat on, whichever one you choose, right? How long do you think this football club, with the right people in the boardroom, with the right level of commitment, where they modify the culture, the whole place becomes can-do, whatever, before we get back to being whatever this means, but you'll know what I mean, the best of the rest? How long?
Well, you've got to start doing things right first and foremost.
Yeah, of course.
So
day one you start making it better, because what's the point of waiting until day two, right? So day one you start making it better. How long do you think it would take, with that very broad brush makes it easy for you to answer the question, with good people doing good work, how long before this football club, whatever it means, is back to being the best of the rest like it was for a good number of years under Moyes?
5 years. 5-year plan.
Okay, so he's picked a number. Great. I think there's people in the club right now who think the answer to that question is 10 years.
Yeah, I do.
Right?
That's why they work for Everton Football Club.
And there,
And
when
that's
you
why
say...
Everton have never progressed.
And you could, because you're asking the hard
I was
question.
actually going to say 3 years.
Well, there you go.
Till we could be competitive.
Yeah, you're asking the hard questions, right, about you can't do that ticket price, you can't keep squeezing the lowest common denominator, which is the 50-odd thousand lunatics who turn up rain and shine and all that rubbish, right? But what can they do, the new owners? They can change the culture of the institution so everyone in it thinks it's 5 years, not 10.
And you're more likely to stay with it for 5 years as well as a fan. And you're more likely to put up. If someone said it's going to take 10 years.
3-year plan's more traditional.
But if someone says you're going to take 10 years to do this and your tickets are going to go up every year for 10 years, you're just going to go, no.
Steve Kelly said before.
It can't be 10 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Steve Kelly said before, and he's right.
Even 5 for me is too long.
He's right, though. He's like, we have started paying more.
Already?
And yet the product's gone worse. So we're doing our bit, the club's not doing their bit. And that's an issue. I know what you're saying, John, and in some respects, bits of it I do agree with, but I do struggle when it's like, well, you keep pushing it up until they can't go no more. That's that to me is irresponsible of the football club.
No, it's hard-nosed business.
Okay, hard-nosed business. You
Yeah.
can do hard-nosed business when you're getting something back. You're not getting anything back. It's football. You squeeze people whose job it is to do better. You don't squeeze the people who you hope and come through the turnstiles.
Yep.
And if and sorry, I'll just finish. But if you said to me, yeah, but you squeeze the 50,000 and that creates £50 million extra.
Whatever. Yeah.
No, I'm just using that because that's a decent amount. And I go, 50 million, all right, that's a player. But the reality is, the fans will never make extra 50 million because you couldn't do the money. But I could go and sell 2 sponsorship deals for Everton and make 50 million comfortably, because enough people who are just bang average at what they do bring in 50 and 60 million pound contracts for Villa, Aston Villa, clubs like that. Southampton, who's much bigger than us.
I'm not aware of those deals.
But there, we're in the Premier League.
No, I understand.
We're in the biggest football.
I don't think you can do one deal. I think
not one deal. They do a few deals. We edge ours up by $500,000 and celebrate over the top bus.
Okay, right.
So that, to me, they're easier. Stop giving players big
We
contracts.
can't go round the loop.
No, we have to go round the loop.
Bear
because
with me.
It can't only be down to the fans.
Well, let me just
go
say
on.
the loop. I don't want to go round.
Oh,
Rashford.
I can
hell
go
of a
drink
goal.
tequila anytime I want. Yeah.
Hell of a goal. About time he done something for them. No, he's been woeful.
I'll talk about it. Right.
Yeah.
Because I went through it a few, like 5 minutes ago.
No,
Right.
I heard it.
The 4th of 4 is
It's not a
what,
bridge in Scotland.
the 4 of 4 is emotionally diving straight into ticket prices. When I'm saying match day income.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry,
Which
no,
ticket
you're right,
prices
'cause-
is.
No, you're right.
No, you're right, because we have had this.
It's
and
getting
I've
past
said-
there an hour early. Isn't that what it is, though?
No, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
exactly
past there an hour. It's getting all
Because
those,
he wants to.
it's getting all those people who keep saying
Because I want
without,
to.
Yeah.
without like offending anyone, but anyone.
Because you want to, because they're entertaining you, or
Yeah,
the food's good.
we've said this,
whatever.
and this is where I 100% agree
the
with you.
people who say they're
I'm
going to
not-
stay on County Road and all that, and, you know.
What I'm saying is, and I 100% agree with you here, is you're absolutely right there. I was taking it too far the other way, then going, I'm just seeing ticket prices.
Yeah.
I'm going, no. You want me to
staying.
spend on a match? I buy a season ticket. Like mine's 600 and whatever it was, 650 was it? This I don't know, whatever it was.
Well, the dearest is the Park Ends, and the Bullens, Upper Bullens is pennies difference.
So it's whatever.
Whatever
it is,
I
right?
pay is what
so
you
say
pay.
my season ticket went to 800.
Yeah.
Right, just for argument, another 150,
Yeah.
and I go, oh, okay. But on a match day, I get in at 5 to 3,
Yeah.
and I get me and Zach a drink, and I might get myself a Mars bar because I have no
like Mars bars.
and I like my Mars bar on a match day, right? And that's it.
But
But
it's soggy.
Oh no, it's fine. But if
Keep Mars bars in the fridge.
they're in the fridge, don't
Okay.
they? Right. And when you've got the... But if I get to the new stadium, if like at the new stadium, it's boss and you can get like something, and I go, oh,
Something really
I'll
nice.
meet Pedford or I'll meet you for a beverage
Yeah.
or whatever. We'll go down, we'll like, we don't drink, a coffee, because I'm the same.
A beverage.
Beverage, yeah. And it's a good atmosphere and it's all set out. And more likely, I'll tell you what, the biggest thing for me would be after the game.
Yeah.
If I could go and sit and go, you know what, I'll have a coffee, let the crowd go.
Yeah.
Get Zach a drink and we'll stay for another half an hour.
Yeah.
Then Everton are getting another fiver out
That's
of me
all
or another
part of
tenner,
it.
and that's it. I'm happy to do that. The club is getting boosted in that way, and like I totally agree with you there. That's where we have to drive.
But there's a couple of things that you have to try and visualise, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about
Everton passing a ball like fucking Bournemouth did and put a ball in the net
when
is
you
the
talk
biggest
about,
visualisation.
they're all linked, right? When you
Yeah.
talk about 50 million,
Yeah.
just anyone can do whatever.
Yeah.
Don't think of it as 50 million.
No, it's whatever. Yeah.
Just bear with me.
Go on.
Think of it of a 25% increase in our turnover. It's like you getting a 25% pay rise.
Yeah.
You'd quite like it.
I'd love it. Yeah.
25% and nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But if my
Yeah,
pension...
but you've been there, John. If I could be your age with 80-12 properties,
Yeah.
me feet up.
But if my
Yeah.
pension went up by 25%, I go, hey, thank you very much.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So you got to think in those sorts of terms, right? The other one, which I just give a very personal view, because you keep quoting Steve Kelly, right?
No, it's only because he's in the comments.
Yeah.
He's just messing.
No, because he agrees with you as well. In other words, you're on the same page, right? Is in your ticket price,
Yeah.
right? How much of it is I've handed you, well, say it's 50 quid,
Yeah.
right? I've handed over 50 quid,
Yeah.
right? entertain me. And how much of it is, I've handed over 50 quid because I'm an Everton fan, my dad was an Everton fan, my great-granddad was an Everton fan, my son's an Everton fan, my grandson's an Everton fan. In fact, this is part of me. So how much of the 50 quid is just purely entertain me and I want good value, and how much of it is an emotional connection?
No, well, of course.
What is it for you?
It's hard.
It's individual.
When the game kicks off, I couldn't care less what price it was.
Ditto.
That's why I don't particularly like going to Goodison anymore. Is because it's rubbish. Wouldn't ever say, I would never be one of those people who says I want my money back because the team have played poorly or whatever. No, ever. When the game kicks off, I couldn't care less what I've paid. It's a game of football
that I want to win.
And I'll never ever think of it in monetary terms. But before the game, I don't think of it in monetary game, but I do think the experience of going to the match is awful.
It should be better.
For most people, I think. Yeah. For most people. Okay, you get people who go to the match and they'll enjoy the Winslow and they'll come over from here, there and everywhere. And of course, it's a full day for them. But I think for a lot of us who just get in our cars and go to the match and aren't thinking about having a boss night out and all the rest of it, which I think for most people is 75% of when they go to town. It's catching up with people. It's catching up with someone you mightn't have seen for 2 weeks. That's or that might be the only chance, or your family or whatever. Yeah. You know, saw my dad last night and the last thing he said to me was, I'll see you Saturday. You know, and then I feel bad because I won't be seeing my mum on Saturday. But you know what I mean? It's like, that's the thing. My sister.
That's the community side
that's
of it.
Of course, and that's the only thing there is anymore for me. So the idea of going in, and then you go in, and for me, I get in quite early now because there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do at Goodison, and that's why we're moving, of course, so I appreciate that.
Oh, you mean outside?
Inside and outside. They don't even put the game on telly, John. They don't even put the early kick-off on telly. That's how bad it is. So last couple of weeks, I've got in the game early. So I was in the game Saturday at 2 o'clock. They haven't even got the early kick-off.
So not to attract you in.
So there's nothing to attract me in. Apart, there's a cup of coffee there for me, or a beer if you're having a beer. There's nothing to attract me in. There's nothing outside.
No Wi-Fi?
Yeah, no Wi-Fi. There's nothing, you know. So there's all, like, so going to match to me is like a soulless experience. You come out and you go, I'll record. And that's when a few people might come over to me and say, hello, and I like that. That's nice. I always enjoy people coming over for a chat. And then we walk back to the car park, and that's it. I get home and I do my video, and that's me day. And that mightn't be everyone's experience, but I really hope...
It's not a great experience.
But I really hope that experience changes in the new ground, and that's why I'm looking forward to it so much. Getting there an hour earlier, the same I would go exactly the same time, but there's something to do, and there's something to watch. Yeah. And you know what? There might be something to do over there, and I might go, not bother about that, but there's something else to do over there, and there's something else to do over there, and whatever's in the hydraulic place, or just to walk around, or if it's a nice sunny day, or at least it's sunny, but it might be cold, walk around to the front and sit on the step.
And you've nailed the doubt.
But the point being...
Yeah, but in doing that, you've nailed the doubt, because if you relocate... an organisation, because that's what it is.
Hit the like button, please. Yeah. Thank you.
If you relocate call it a match day organisation, whatever that means, all the people involved, right?
And plus, we've gone over 84,000 subs as well.
Oh, well done, lads.
The road to 100,000!
16,000 to go. Thank you very much. Hit the like.
But if you relocate a culture which is short-sighted, doesn't think about things, and put them in a brand spanking new shiny stadium, then you'll get some benefit. Yeah. Because the match day ticket prices are clearly going to be higher. The hospitality areas, there's more of them, so that'll give us an uplift and so on and so forth. But of all the subtleties, of all the get pennies out of people because they add up to pounds, having stuff on a big screen, whatever, right? If your whole culture isn't about driving income, but through experience. Yeah. So Baz wants to get there at 2:30 instead of 2 minutes to 3 because he likes it. Yeah. And Zach's go, Dad, there's a 12:30 kickoff. Can we get down to the ground so we can watch all that game on the massive jumbo screen outside? And so on and so forth. Get everyone inside the wall. All this is on paper. All this is in the societal values and all those sorts of things that that help to justify planning applications and stuff. But you still have to have right-minded people to walk the talk.
And the thing about, and like there's loads of stuff, I don't like a broken record, but you might get down there and go, oh, there's nothing here, but then you can walk down and go, so have a look at a couple of the pubs, or there might be different things down here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, that's more the thing about it. No, I'm not sitting here expecting the whole thing to kick off and it to be the launch pad for Everton's, to become a title team. But I just want a match day that I can go and enjoy. Years and years ago when I really loved going to the game, yes, the product was better, but I used to go to, we used to go to a private members lounge and know all the people in there and have somewhere to sit and have a drink and do a quiz after the game and
all of that.
All that kind of thing, which made you feel part of a community.
Yeah.
Whereas in this area, when I think this is the biggest era I think for a very long time, where we all feel like we're not in a community and it is all just online.
Sure.
And you're passing people and you might be seeing old friends fewer and fewer and fewer because of busy lives. We need that thing of like, well, where am I going to meet you? Oh, I'll meet you in the Winslow's chocolate, can't get in there. Go County. Oh, well, County Road's down there though. I still want to stay. Where is there? There's the fan zone's chocolate and it's raining and all. It's all. That's what I want. I want that experience back, and maybe it won't be there. Maybe it's fantasy in my head, but that's what I want. The monetary part of the game, and of course, watching the game will be better because it's better. It'll be better facilities and all that. But that's the big thing I want.
See, I never heard it out of, say, Josh Wander's mouth, right? But you heard it getting rubbished, by journalists or whatever. Yeah, we've seen the business case or whatever it was, or some presentation at some conference about 777 football group or whatever, and they're going to sell insurance, to fans, and all this sort of stuff. You've got a captive customer base. Yeah. Which actually, it's a non-competitive customer base because you don't decide next week I'm going to be a Liverpool fan, do you? Right? And, and I asked many, many years ago, how many Everton fans are there? Right? And I asked a difficult question, obviously, because I never really got an answer. The nearest I got to an answer was we had at the time, and presumably a lot more now.
Ziegler saying he thinks the points will be reduced.
Okay. 300,000 client ID.
Yeah.
Right? So 300,000 people out there with a client ID, right? Yeah. So how many of them are contributing to the business?
Yeah. Well, this is why, John, people think it's nonsense, right?
Who?
Oh, hang on, I'll tell you now, sorry.
Martin Ziegler thinks it'll be reduced.
Oh, so the man who gets leaked everything.
That's good. This is why, and people think this is nonsense, but this is why people get so emotive about things like the kit. Because at the moment, we've got a really good kit maker, and people like the kits, and all 3 kits this season, I think, they're sound, right? And we're going to a kit maker that people will go, yeah, but it's more money, right? But you only get one kit, in terms of you only get one. You only get one kit a season, And if you don't like their kits or don't like the quality, you don't buy them. That's the thing that represents you, and that's why people get so emotive about it. And when people go, but they're giving the best deal, and it's like, yeah, but if Hummel give us 8 million quid and Castori give us 9 million quid, if more people are buying the kit and are wearing the kit and representing and go, I'm going to buy the kit and the training kit because it's all dead smart and I like it all, that sometimes for me is like just a better thing, isn't it? Because it's a captive audience. You only get to, people nowadays will wear Barcelona gear or Real Madrid, but or whatever it is, but they only want but you actually want to wear your, I go on Everton's website every day just to see if there's anything come out. Just to see.
You buy kits from anywhere.
No, but I very rarely buy Everton ones. Tell you what, I haven't bought an Everton kit for years. I have been very lucky that we've either been given them, or when I've played at Goodison, I've been given half my shirt from when I played at Goodison in charity games.
Yeah, I got McPartland.
So I've been very, very lucky. I've been very lucky in that, and my shirts I tend to buy are other ones because I'm a bit of a kit nerd. But I would love nothing more than to just get a shirt and be go, oh, that is unbelievable. Like the grey one this season, I'll probably get that at some point because I think down the days people look back at that kit, that was a special kit. That
looks nice.
Just because it's a lovely kit. And it's one of my favourite kits, Denmark '86.
Since Zach got the other one as well, I like it. The one we bought.
Yeah,
I like it more when it's on.
And also I seen a thing today. There's a lad on Twitter. You bought the lad you bought the Mina top off.
Yeah.
So he's put a little graphic up today because he does all the graphics. Done some graphics for us, funny enough. And he's put the pink kit, the original one, with the white kit from '95 plus equals this year's tear kit. It's away kit, sorry. And Hummel have retweeted it and they've gone out, he knows and all that. And it's stuff like that, I think. Is it worth taking that extra £1 million if nobody goes and buys the kit? And it's stuff like that, I think.
Only if
Do you know
you
what I
get a
mean?
percentage
Do you know what I
of
mean?
what
Like,
we sell,
don't get me
innit?
wrong, at the moment, I understand every penny counts. And it's a bit like with the steak deal,
Yeah.
the steak thing.
gotta
Every
take what
penny
you can.
counts. But I do think if our fan base don't buy into that and don't buy the kit and don't buy the training gear, it's like, well, what's the fucking point?
Let me
Like,
just do these two super
Go on.
chats. Mike Cosgrove, Mike
Well done, Mike.
says, back from kids footy training, how many players have Everton signed?
In
well,
history.
put it this way, you got 2 more hoodies than Everton have signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He come in, he raided the lost property department.
Who's this?
Mike, before,
Did he?
and got 2 hoodies
Well,
out
you
of
got
it.
told to-
You got a hoodie out of it, to be fair, I think, so.
Oh, the stuff you brought
Yeah,
in
yeah.
before.
Oh, we give a couple.
That was in a bin upstairs.
Oh, lad.
We give a couple. It was in the lost property department. There was I don't know why he took those pair of undies, though.
No.
I thought
They
that
were
was...
Neds.
I
Because
thought,
Ned had left them out.
Ned
I
left
thought
them
that
out.
they had stains, though.
And stop it. Johnny Be Good on the super chat. Nice one, mate. Says, will safe standing be allowed at Bramley Moor?
Yeah.
I mean, even that's it.
It's allowed in every Premier League
But
ground
even
right
that's
now.
the thing, isn't it? Where we haven't done it.
What was the question, sorry?
Will safe standing be allowed at Bramley Moor?
It's
is.
allowed in
It
every
is.
Premier League ground right now.
It is. It's not,
I guess he really means they're greater than one
it's
to one.
not
does he?
proper safe standing because the seats aren't the same as the ones in
They're
Germany.
not proper ones.
They're
like,
not proper
like
ones.
John Darch would say. Yeah.
Not dirty ones.
No.
I
I tell you what, some of them are really bad though. There's
flimsy, aren't they?
yeah, but it's tacky and all that sort of stuff.
They haven't given us the proper iron, the proper
Lock
metal
them
ones,
closed.
lock and close like they have in Germany.
Yeah.
And the ones that they had them at Shrewsbury, didn't they? At the Meadow when we went down. The proper ones.
But there's some issues.
Don't get me started on the capacity of the
But
stadium.
I was going to say, sorry. Yeah, there's some issues that can't be fixed, aren't there? Which is the capacity of the stadium, which is clearly, in my view, short-sighted.
Yeah,
right.
ridiculous.
But they can still, if they can be decisive about it, open the stadium with greater than the current capacity.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. John.
It's the but we.
Ziegler is saying it in reply to citizens of Shabbat. He's basically saying they used an EFL model. And
He's not
therefore-
saying they will. He's
But
saying he
I
can see it.
and the fact
Yeah.
that
If you read what he said, yeah.
I think what we can
it's
all
an interesting take from
I think what we can all
somebody fed by
agree
the
on
Premier League.
is I was listening. Funny enough, I was listening to a report last week from someone on TV from the Anfield Act, someone Klopp, and he said what Klopp did when he went to Liverpool was he said
Holgate's passed his medical as
he
well.
said what Klopp did is Klopp came into a club where a lot of Liverpool fans felt like that was it, they were done. The best days were behind them. Chelsea, Man City
They all had money.
had
sort of thing.
overtaken them. Money mattered, and he said he came in and he basically said to the fans, believe,
Saying you're in from doubters. to
believe we
believers,
can
he
do
said,
this.
didn't he?
Believe we can do this because I believe we can do it. And he said that was his greatest strength. And you saw that in performances, and obviously later on you saw that after they'd done it in when they beat Barcelona and stuff like that. And I think they beat Dortmund, didn't he, in the quarterfinal of the
Imagine.
and stuff like that. But he actually,
Manager
but what
like
that
that.
is,
Can do, it's called, yeah.
it's what we're talking about. It's actually a belief.
Brilliant.
It's leadership.
Oh, he's got it.
2-0. It's a good move, that. 2-0 to United. Hoyland's gone in. I don't know whether it's an Oggy, but 2-0.
He
Looks
actually
like
went
he
in.
thinks he scored it.
He actually went in, didn't he? And made an attitude of we can do this, and everyone bought into it. And I just don't believe that exists at Everton Football Club. And as much as Sean Dyche is doing a good job, I just don't believe that there's anyone at the football club going, we can do better than what we're doing.
No.
It's, oh, he's offside.
Oh, is
He
he?
looks offside. Garnacho looks offside there. There's no, and the worst thing is there wasn't under Macheri when we actually had money. There's never been this attitude.
He's offside.
He's onside.
No, I think he's onside.
That is off. It has Hoyland. Does it hit his hand down going?
I think Garnacho might be offside. It's an own goal. Oh no, he gets a touch on it.
it's him there,
He gets the final touch.
Keeper. Yeah, it's his foot.
I don't
It's
think there's
Hoyland's
ever
goal,
been this attitude of we can upset everyone here. We are the best. I don't think there's people in the club who feel like that. I think there's just been this acceptance of we're doing all right.
Talk ourselves down.
But there's a lot of no. I hate that. I hate that word.
Sorry?
Me and Baz have been having this. No, there's a lot of no. No, we can't do it. No.
What does no mean?
That's what I'm saying. But there's a lot of that comes out the club.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that. You ask a question. No, we can't do that. Been saying it for years about the media stuff. Can't do that. Why? Doesn't no one
They
else
never
does
do
it.
what they could have done yesterday until tomorrow.
But there's a lot of that. No, we
Yeah.
can't do that. Can you do that? No. Why? No. I ask questions about why can't you open the park end after the game and let people stay and get the... No, can't do that. Why? The council wouldn't do anything. If you ask the council for Everton or
They'd let you have it.
they'd let you have it. But there's a lot of no. There's just
No,
so...
you're right.
That's the word they love most. No, can't do that. No, we can't do that. Why? No, couldn't possibly do that. Why? Because there's this thing of like, we don't want to break the mould. Be the first club to do it. You know, like
Confront constraint.
they put their own constraints on them.
Yeah.
It's a thing of couldn't possibly do that. And this club's been doing this for years. No, couldn't do that. Other clubs are doing all these things or trying to do these things or
You can get a
changing the
drink
parameters.
Get a drink after the game every time I've been to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the away end.
We get John.
The bar in the away end's
literally,
open.
Right, 3 or 4 minutes. I've a couple of times we've been speaking to. Sometimes it's Graham Lasso, sometimes it's Beglin even or whoever, because they sit in front of me. So you're talking to them after because people have gone on the day going, what do you think? The stewards have come like, can you leave now?
Yeah.
3 or 4 minutes after the game. You get out now, and you're going, yeah, I'm going, just talk. Yeah, can you make your way out now? You're like, the game finished, the players are just walking off, and you're trying
We
to
get that
throw
every
me.
game.
That's only, you're trying to throw us
I've
out
had
the
murder
stadium.
with them because I used to do my videos. I don't do my videos in there now, obviously. And I've had to have a couple of stewards actually come up and say, no, we can eat just leave him to do his video. We know. But, and I'm not being like special, but I've said it. I've had murder with people. When there's lads who've come over from other countries who are getting pictures, who are doing stuff,
and they're trying to chase them.
Once in a lifetime,
and I'm going, what are you doing? Oh, we're fit. I went, no. I'll stay. And then people are like, oh, you're trying to be Billy Bollocks now. I'll go home when I want to go home. I've paid a lot of money for this. I'll go when I want to go. Not because you want to go the Winslow. I'll go when I want to go. And I'm going like, see all these people who've come over from all different countries and they want just pictures when we've just been beaten by some no-mark and you're trying to chase them. Behave yourself. And there's too much of that attitude. There's too much of that attitude at the football club of like, they should be welcoming people. They should be saying to people, 3-0. Oh, he's missed it. Stay as long as you want. Get all the pictures you... I don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people who are like that, who are good stewards, but there's this attitude that's been given to them. Get them out as soon as possible. Get this place tidy. Let's all go home. And it's like, other clubs want you to stay because there's money. And that's what I was saying with the park end. Get the park end open, get people in there, get the fans walking through, get them all to buy a drink or whatever. Couldn't possibly do that. There's just been this attitude for too long.
All of that needs to get changed by new owners.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
They need to do a Klopp, if you like, make it a can-do environment, right? But any cost cutting they're going to do, if at all, needs to get done straight away. Because you can't have people worried. You've got to do your cutting and say it's done now. Let's move on.
I think the whole thing is, we're in such a bad place at the minute because people just feel powerless, don't they? And we're not moving anywhere and all that.
The only way is up there.
We have to look.
That's it. I said that
this
before.
was my point. So we have to look at the listen.
So much potential.
777, and I'm just using them because they seem likely. They're the only ones that seem at the
They're the only
party,
ones in the process at the moment.
So therefore, let's assume that they get it. They have got to come in and start doing as much as they can in the short term immediately. Not big, extravagant gestures, because we know we can't do that. But we can start steering the ship back that way at least and going easy. Like you said before, easy win, get a good...
Go on. I was going to say, I've got a really good story from today, though.
No, we'll
really positive. Really positive.
Wait. Get a good CEO, a good chairman,
well,
like
appointments.
You said, another couple in there who you go, oh, where's he? Oh,
Chair, chief exec, chief engagement officer.
And then all of a sudden...
3 good appointments
straight away
in the early days.
Yeah. And then you go, oh, all right, they're doing that. And then make a couple of other decisions. Nothing huge. A couple of other decisions. Talk about... You want to support Kevin Thelwell and build the thing. Get the fans in a position, like you said before, where you start going, okay, sounds like a plan. Now, do it, we'll judge you on your actions now. And I think if people get that, we might be able to go, you know what, at least we've got a roadmap. Because just right now, and it seems like for a while, it's been all scattergun nonsense. Mashiri was arguing with Ken, like there was fractions here, Barabak and all of that. Well, all that's gone. And it's one opportunity to turn it. Go on.
This is the feel-good story of the day.
Okay.
Speed flew all the way to Saudi to watch Messi versus Ronaldo, and neither of them are playing.
Brilliant.
That's the best.
That's
the best story of the day.
Yeah. That's picked you.
Saudis won, didn't they?
John's looking perplexed.
That's picked you. You know, Speed.
Yeah, no, Saudis won.
Did they beat them?
2-0, wasn't it, Ned?
Did they?
Oh, Messi wasn't playing it.
No.
Ronaldo never played either.
Yeah, I know, but
What a farce. Best story of the day. That.
It's hilarious. No, but I think that, listen, that is how that's how I'm looking at it, and that's how the only way that I can possibly look at it.
Do you want to know what the final score was?
4-1.
6-0.
Okay, fair play.
Al Nassr 6, into Miami 0.
Okay. But that's the only way I can look at it, because if I start looking too negative like other people, then I really will lose. I'll just be like, what is the point? I can't be bothered.
You know, new owners, it's like a takeover, isn't it? Or it's like...
That would have been on side,
it's like an outsourcing deal of something, right?
Almost,
so when we were waiting to find out whether we've won or not, you know, back in the day when I was working for a living, right? Then we knew when we got the nod, you've got it, what we were doing for the next 90 days.
Yeah.
We knew which appointments we were going to make, which people we were going to fry, which costs going to get. Well,
do you think they'll do this though, John? Do you think they'll have this in their mind? Already?
They should have a plan, yeah.
Because let's be honest, right?
They've had 6 months to come
But
up
quite
with it.
Not even that though, let's be honest.
Quite a small company, don't forget.
Have we had a plan?
The club is a monster.
I don't know whether we've had a plan for years, to be honest, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like a plan where, I think you said it before and it's right, and it breeds back into Klopp. We know us three have sat here and gone, the attitude in the club is, and I'm not talking about, there's good people who want to do better, but
just
the attitude is it's a can't do culture.
Yeah, it needs to be a
and no one wants to go, no, we're going to take on the elite. We're going to do this.
Do anyone do
Never
like...
Southall said it. Oh my...
The club... Oh, you got it?
Oh, no, it went wide.
Do any of the big clubs who win things ever get called family clubs? Does anyone ever describe them as, oh, they're a family club then? And that's another problem with Everton. There's just too much.
Moon Hunt, sorry, just because it's just back on your point before. I agree with this. I'm from Norway. I've been to Goodison a few times and I've experienced just that. Wanted to take a few selfies before I left the game and I've been asked to leave.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Pathetic.
It's disgusting. Scandalous, isn't it? United should be 5 up here, by the way.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
scandalous.
I'm just saying, like, there's this. When you talk about what the club wants, the club wants this to be looked at in a certain way, where clubs who win things, who are ruthless, they don't give a monkey's how they're looked upon. They have all the good stuff and they have the charities and everything, but they
Which
just
one do you want us to be?
Oh, I want to be winners.
Right.
I couldn't
So
care.
you don't mind if the season ticket price goes to £1 more than you can afford?
But if I can't afford it, I can't go.
Yeah.
That's a simple fact.
But you'll move heaven and earth to afford
I'm not
it,
arguing, John. I'm not arguing whether ticket prices go up. I'm arguing about whether people will go. They're two different things.
True.
If you can fill those seats, why should they care? The problem I have, when I talk about ticket prices, by the way, I don't talk from a personal point of view. I talk about a general point of view.
No, and I understand.
I don't think we've got the fan base, but I think you can create the fan base, and then if you decide to put the tickets up,
you said it before.
No one can really argue.
You said it before. Adjoin what you just said to what you said before, right? Because what you just said was, I don't think we have the fan base.
Yeah.
And I'll extract from that. We don't have a fan base that could pay hugely increased ticket prices because of all the heritage reasons, where they live, whatever, right? And the brutal side of that, if you look across the park, is change the fan base then.
Yeah.
Replace the people who can't afford 10 grand for a seat with people who can or will pay 10 grand for a seat, or be bold enough which plays into one of his pet hopes, I
Destroying
think,
him on the
or
door.
be bold enough to say there's a way we can significantly increase match day income without putting the ticket prices up at all. Right? Which is to change the ratio of season ticket holders to walk up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Well, they don't even have to increase the season.
Well, they don't have that.
Really,
Yeah,
do
they don't have to
Double
increase.
season.
That's why I go with you, because you want it to be the same
I
as
don't
it is at
think
Goodison.
I don't think they should increase the season ticket. I really don't.
Not straight away.
I don't. I just don't think they should.
There should be a prize or a reward for being a season ticket holder for a certain amount of time.
I know you've that.
Oh, good save.
This should be about 7-0 to United.
It should be battered them.
That's the balance Everton have got to make.
See, if Everton, I'm just spitballing now, I think, but because I sit in the Park End because I moved, right? Obviously, because I used to be whatever. Let's say the list price of a ticket in the Park End was £1,000, but I pay 600.
Yeah.
And the reason I pay 600 is because I've been a season ticket holder forever, and it all gets knocked down because, right? Then you might assume then, in some degree, that no one's going to move, are they? Yeah. But if they do, the person who comes in will increase the income. In a world where you have a high list price, which is perhaps simply the walk up multiplied by 19, sort of thing, then people would understand that the longer I'm a season ticket holder, the less I'm going to pay. Right? Maybe when you get to bloody whatever the retirement age, at the age of 73 or something, you get it for free by then. Who knows? You know what I mean? So you can still, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. You can still be really hard-nosed business people and come up with mechanisms that respects the community side of it, having really low ticket prices as entry level, not necessarily the best views, albeit at the new stadium, they're all going to be good ones, but still not the best, and so on and so forth. Because I still right now think it's a farce that the very best seat in the house can go to a 5-year-old kid paying 90 quid instead of to an adult paying £2,000. Or
See, I think the
West
whole.
Ham have equalised.
See, I think the whole season ticket thing as well.
Needs to
It came out, but it came out of like this thing about season tickets and Everton having more season tickets and all that kind of thing. Came out of petty rivalry again, because where it really came from, I think people might disagree, is when Everton used to sell half season tickets when we were crap.
Don't we do that no more?
No,
Okay.
there aren't any, is there?
I know.
So when we used to sell them, Liverpool fans used to rip us about it. Anyone can get a ticket for your game, blah, blah, blah. Our season tickets used to mock us about it. And then suddenly, people started buying season tickets. We sold out. Everton put them up. And then our stick to beat them was, we've got more season ticket holders than you. It's like, that's not actually anything to boast about. We just offer more season tickets than Liverpool do. Liverpool don't have loads of season ticket holders because they understand the value of a seat in one-off games is worth more than having a season
I
ticket.
think the chief executive officer at the time pampered to the romantic view of an Evertonian of the chair and said, if we keep our season ticket prices low and encourage people to do, we got guaranteed income, blah, 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 blah. But that meant your match day income was quite low.
Yeah.
And then he got himself bonused on percentage of capacity.
And then every game you can say whether they've turned up or not.
Yeah.
You've sold out. Every game's a sellout.
Yeah.
You can say every week we've sold out because you've already sold the season ticket. You don't have to worry about that thing of, times of the year when maybe people can't go, December, January, whatever. And you get out, but that comes from that embarrassment side of things of, as I said, going back to the half season ticket, being mocked for it, all this. It still goes. Liverpool fans still think we do half season tickets, and people go, no, we don't. We sell out more season tickets here, and you can't even go the game. Blah blah blah. And it's like that's a bit defeatist now, because as you said, now that we're going into the new ground, I know a lot of people go, I've been on the waiting list for ages and I deserve one. It's like, yeah, but if the club are gonna move on and have we can't have 52,000 or 49,000 season ticket holders.
No.
We just can't. It defeats the purpose of going into a new ground. You've got to still have walk-ups.
You force a secondary market as well if you do that.
You've still got to have a business mind about it. You can't. We are talking about being hard-nosed business. We're talking about getting to that point like you're saying, but you have to have that hard-nosed business and be
You've got
prepared
to.
and be prepared to. And this is why in America, obviously, a lot of stadiums are only small arenas to create that need. I mean, it's I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't.
Ned's users.
Rod, where are these imagining new fans coming from with the extra money? What are you talking? There's a waiting list at 20.
What imaginary? They're not imaginary.
I don't know. There's a
But
waiting
even
list
if,
of
but the thing
25,000
about
people.
it is, all right, let's just say we didn't put the prices up and it was £55 a ticket. That's still going to mean more money earned if we don't put the season tickets
Of course
up.
it would, yeah.
You know, there'll be so straight away you're going to have more money.
Yeah.
Straight away Everton are going to be making more money if they don't have more season ticket holders. So,
Gary, it's in response to citizens of suburbia. He said it's something along the lines of they use the EFL thing. I can see them getting.
Do you want me to read
some
exact
points
words
back.
out?
Go ahead, because people are.
So somebody asked him about the big thing that citizens of suburbia responded, right? And then Martin said he was just trying to give the history of the position, right, of what happens that makes you causes a breach. He then goes on to say, for what it's worth, I have no special insight, but I can see the appeal board reducing the points deduction significantly, as happened in EFL with Sheffield Wednesday. For those who don't know, Sheffield Wednesday had it halved. So for him, significantly, by implication, is at least half.
5 points.
So at least 5 points coming back. That's what he thinks.
And he's the one who they do feed.
Yeah.
So,
And those 5 points would move us up to 15th and above Brentford.
and we'd be closer to the teams just there, which would mean would give us a big boost, and we could go forward from that. Rod, I honestly don't have a clue what you're on about. So you know they're willing to pay the extra. Well, if they don't pay, they won't go to the game, will they? Yeah. I don't understand.
what extra are we talking about here?
I don't understand what he's
What
on
we're
about.
even at the what we're saying is even at the lowest, even if they paid what they paid now, more people could go to the game who are on the waiting list and would pay what they're paying now. And that's it. So we'd make more money.
Make more money. But I don't understand what he's
so
on
that's
about.
even if the ticket prices did not go up, just by the virtue that we didn't put the season tickets up, we'd make more money up on walk-ups.
Do the sums now, right? 53,000 capacity.
Yeah.
Take off it.
Stephen, hang on, just pause one second.
30.
Stephen, there's no ins, and Mason Holgate's passed his medical at Sheffield United,
an out.
so I'm sure that'll be announced. I don't know.
So call it 53,000.
Yeah.
Take off 32,000, what's roughly what the season ticket holders are.
Yeah.
That leaves 21,000. Okay. These are all broad brush. Take off 3,000 away fans. Right. Take off 7,000-ish hospitality, who are paying a lot. Yeah. It's going to be a shocking number here in a minute. That leaves around 11,000 seats, which would be walk-up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
If that walk-up seat was costing around 60 quid, £660,000 of match day income.
There you go.
Just from those last 11,000 seats.
How much, sorry?
660,000.
Pure profit.
Per game.
Per game.
Per game.
Pure profit.
If
No, I mean compared to now.
Yeah.
It just stayed the same,
Yeah.
roughly, yeah. There you
And
go.
obviously there's 19 home games,
So go on.
so that's 12.5 million of
That's the
income.
12. So if Everton just went, right, the 2 seasons,
Keep the same
can't
number of
get-
season ticket holders.
yeah, we'll have our waiting list, but these tickets are available. Everton would make £25 million extra over the next 2 seasons before they talked about season tickets. That's
And you say
that's a substantial amount of money.
And you
for
say
our
that
football
because
club.
it's you say that because you go, well, we're not putting up teething problems. Want to make sure everyone's fine. Want to make sure everyone has a good seat. Want to make sure that if you get put in a seat next to me and you want to move, you are allowed. And I honestly, people might go, oh no, that's out of line, but I honestly think that's a fair, bit in the middle.
For being a season ticket holder for 30 odd years. Or whatever.
Yeah, and also because also it means that the prices aren't really going up, and I know when I go, yeah, but our season ticket holders at the moment are probably too high.
The number of them.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Compared to other clubs.
Yeah.
And that's it's one thing having low ticket prices, but Jesus.
But season ticket prices are low.
Yeah.
Because the half walk up
See, at the end of the day, like Liverpool have got, what, 20,000 on a waiting list, whatever.
Yeah.
Liverpool don't really give a shit. Liverpool are never, ever accommodating that. They might go, we'll put an extra 100 available this year.
But when,
Do you know what I mean?
Moores was the chief exec, the English guy was like an American.
Yeah.
And I went to St James's Hotel, I think he did it. He did like a little lunchtime thing.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
And he reckoned they took about less than 1,000 off the waiting list every year.
Yeah,
It'd be dead interesting.
So if you're number 20,000, your best chance is 20 years.
It would be
That's
dead interesting. Be
That's
dead
Bob Booker
interesting
in
to know
that is, yeah. Well,
how many season ticket holders they've just gained by building that new stand. Be dead interesting to know
how many
that.
extra ones.
like not very many.
You know what else is interesting? Remember when we were doing KCC and John Milburn used to do a bit with us, didn't he? And he went to that talk, remember? And Elstone was there, but so was, it might have been Rick Parry then.
Yeah.
And he was saying, John was like quite balanced, wasn't he?
John's great.
He wasn't bitter, like he probably is with his mates, but with us he wasn't. And he come back here and you know what was dead weird, lad? So this is probably 2012. He said, you know what was dead weird? He went, Rick Parry got up and talked about selling Liverpool all over the world. He said, your CEO, Elstone, all he talked about was L4, making sure we've got the most in L4. He went, a farmer, dead weird as already.
Mad.
Why aren't you focusing on like building like the brand worldwide? And that was a Red who just been in the room telling, he wasn't like trying to take the pit, he was just saying, chance. 3-0, is he offside?
Yeah, he's blown for off.
But that was all them years ago, wasn't it?
When Liverpool or any of these big clubs, when we're talking about, let's just see if he's off. Yeah. When we're talking about, when we're talking about people who go the game, for those teams, and I'm not saying it's the same with us, I'm just telling you, when they go the game, and it is that one-off experience, and it is like going to Disneyland, they go in the club shop. And
buy stuff.
Loads of time they buy loads of stuff because they feel more connected when they're buying it in the club shop rather than going online and buying it. And they can go in and they can look at all. That's why Liverpool's club shop at the ground is huge. It's absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
So that on a match day,
no one's coming in.
On a match day, you can cater for all those people to walk around and not feel rushed and be able to have a nice experience. And people are more likely to buy stuff because they are touching it, and last game of the season, the new kit's always out and all that kind of thing. And it creates this experience where I bet you every single one of them spends over easily £100 on their match day. Because it is like going on holiday where you go in the airport and the first thing you do is buy something and you don't really care how much it is. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's the experience they get. And I'm not saying we should do the same, but that's what we're up against. Simple as that. Yeah. That's what we're up against.
No, it's hard, isn't it, to look at it. We're just looking at everything, aren't we? We're trying to look at... Basically, why we're having this chat is we're just directing it away from the fact we're not bringing any players in. But
we're doing a great job for the club.
We're at the shit. Someone's just said that. Someone's just said, God, we're not out the club.
Kane, the reason we're still going is because we're very good at this.
Why was strong, Kane?
No, he said, I don't know how you can keep going.
Just because I know roughly what Everton's match day income is, right? And it's around... Well, the price
Paul Nicholas says match day revenues around 1.2 million for 40,000. 53,000, that's £60 average, is 3.2 million a game. 38 million a season before any marketing. So what Paul was saying though was season tickets shouldn't be any less than £1,200 each. That's what he thinks. I think that's too high. I think that's too high. I don't think you can double it. I think that's scandalous.
On the website, and I don't know how good the website is, right?
Yeah.
This is the top 20 match day income clubs in the world, right? And top of PSG, so the price must be massive, right?
Yeah.
Man United, Tottenham, Liverpool, fourth highest match day income in the world. 112 million euros.
Goal. That's 3-0.
112 million euros.
Offside.
Another one.
112 million euros. Wow.
So they're number 4 in the world, allegedly. And Everton are 20th with 18.
Miles off.
With 18.
Yeah.
1/8.
1/8.
So basically, Liverpool's match day income is 5 times what ours is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's because the stadium's bigger,
Yeah.
but the stadium's what, 25% bigger in capacity terms? Well, the stadium's only 25% bigger and their income is 500% bigger. It must be ticket prices, mustn't it? And the mix between general income and premium, where they've got lots more hospitality and all that sort of stuff. But if you wanted to beat the hard-nosed business person, that's possible.
Yeah.
But we would then be another club being accused of just full of tourists.
I think we've got to get our own house in order first and start having a better team. So
Well, the point is...
because that will pull people in.
Absolutely, mate. But the point is, we don't have to do all those ultimately very hard-nosed decisions like... You know, the guy who used to run hospitality at Everton actually said to me that when I met him the first couple of weeks after he joined the club and he come from Man United, was I don't care whose bum's on the seats as long as there's a bum on it. Where Bill Kenwright probably wanted someone to come at the age of 10 and still be going when they're 90.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
This should be 3. Too late.
Oh, what's he done? What was that?
That's an appalling.
Oh my God.
Bruno
Fernandes.
That's
Call
embarrassing.
yourself a footballer.
That is embarrassing.
Anyway.
Wait, slip.
There you go.
Tommy, I don't understand this.
Go on.
Is this you?
Easy for free season ticket holders to sit there and say no more should be sold at Bramley Moor. I held a season ticket between 1999 to 2015, going from 2005 to 2015 without missing an away game. Who's deserving more of a season ticket? Someone who had one in 2018 and has held it for 5 years, or people who gave it up to go to work? I don't think.
I mean, I've had mine for 20 odd
Yeah,
years.
I've had mine for years and years and years. So I don't understand. It's not about pull the ladder up, Jack, attitude whatsoever. And the other thing is, the football club will decide, won't it?
In August, I'll have had a season ticket for 50 years.
So
I don't think it's about deserving.
got
It's about,
nothing to do with that at all. We're talking about how do we bridge the spending to improve the football team.
the thing is that the people who will get first choice on seats at Bramley Moor are people who are right now season ticket holders. Whether they've been a season ticket holder for 1 year or 50 years, you're still a season ticket holder now.
No, I mean, listen, it's a really hard balance.
It is.
It's a really hard balance. We could have 45,000 season ticket holders, but the prices.
Tommy, hang on. No, who's completely missed the point? What is your point then? Your point is, if you're on the waiting list, because you can buy a season ticket holder, buy a season ticket now, you just want to get one. Fine, but if there's 22,000 on a waiting list, you aren't getting one anyway. Are they? Because they're only going to increase it by probably maximum 10,000 if they do.
That's the same ratio at Goodison.
If they do.
So if you did the same ratio at Bramley Moor as we do at Goodison, it would be 42,000 season ticket holders.
So maximum 10 more thousand.
1 in 2 of those on the waiting list will get an offer. And then
But that's if they do, though.
Then it's up to them if they accept it or not.
And we weren't saying that's what it's got to be, by the way. Ped was saying he thinks everyone should be given the chance to decide whether they want to stay where they were. What we were saying was, if you keep the same amount than you did at Goodison for 1 or 2 seasons, but the cost went up, the revenue will be £25 million for those 2 seasons extra, because people, if you sold out, that is as well, because people coming into the game paying a higher premium than what you're paying as a season ticket holder will generate that money. That's one way to do it. You might go, you should give it 15,000 extra, charge everyone 1,200 quid each,
to get the same to the
and
same
you'll have
place.
the same money and we'll all get season. That's fine if that's how you... We're just coming up with ways the club can reduce or try to make some money. We're in a position where on deadline day, we're talking about bloody takeovers. Now we can put match day income and letting people have a bevy after they get, beverage after the game, and it'll be tea, coffee.
That's what
Coke.
bevy's short for.
Yeah,
beverage.
that's what I mean. But people might take that as a drink, as an alcoholic drink.
All right.
That's what we're talking about, because Everton aren't in a position where they can bring anyone in. That's all we're saying.
I think there might be a halfway house between what Ped said and perhaps what people say you want as many season ticket holders as possible and generate the revenue that way. And I don't know exactly how the mechanics of this work and whether they still have it or not. Perhaps I should ask Pete Mull. But Man United used to have season ticket holders yeah? And then at some point in time, they decided they wanted to have like a hybrid. So they had match ticket holders. So you were always assured for every game a seat, the same seat.
Yeah.
But it wasn't automatically renewable.
Yeah.
So the example for PED's version would be, by all means, PED, we have 32,000 season ticket holders, which is what you'd prefer, and I tend to agree with you, sort of thing. But you take 10,000 off the waiting list, and they're assured of a ticket for every single game.
But it's just anywhere.
No, maybe the same name
okay.
seat,
Yeah.
right? Perhaps not full walk-up price, but very close to it. So they do get
so an increase.
so they get a modest discount, right?
Okay, yeah.
But at the end of the season, they've got no right to have the same seat next season.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And you do that you do offer it them, and maybe have a season or two like that. And then when people
Halfway
like
house.
Ped have gone, you know what, I've decided now where I want to sit, yeah? And if defo is halfway up the South Stand or whatever it might be, you then say to all those who've been match ticket holders or whatever it's called for a couple of years, would you like to convert that into a season ticket now?
Yeah.
And the bounds will say yes, because it's going to cost them less.
So there will be like a season.
It's a halfway house, isn't it?
It's a halfway house.
The thing about it is, though...
Sorry, Ped, just go. Emma, they haven't built it big enough because where we've got the stadium, it could only go to, well, 60,000 is the maximum.
62.
60.
The footprint can't be any bigger.
Bloody safe standing that they're never going to do, isn't it? So
They could have built 62 all-seater.
he said he couldn't, damn me. He said
The footprint is as big as it can be.
Yeah.
No, but to go, I mean, the season ticket thing, it can go either way. But
Should have said sod television and had it.
But the thing about it is, though, is that most football clubs, I mean, you think about why people have season tickets, why clubs have season tickets, because it's guaranteed revenue.
money, yeah.
And that's why we brought it in. It's guaranteed revenue.
Discounted.
But if you've got a guaranteed
full house
every
Don't have
game,
any.
then you wouldn't have any, and some people would look at it that way. Obviously, football, you're looking after people, the loyalty, good times, bad times. You've got to keep them happy. But most clubs do only have a percentage. The idea that it should just go up because we're going to a bigger stadium isn't, in a business sense, just isn't practical, and that's all we're trying to say is that
it's not optimal.
If the club could have no season ticket, if any club could have no season ticket holders, they'd have no season ticket holders.
Because they all pay more, yeah.
Because they'd all go, well, you come anyway, and you will come anyway, no matter what, and you'll give us £60 a game, no matter what, and that's it. That's the end of it.
No, Emma, they couldn't make it 62. That Dan Meese said the only way it can go to 62 is with safe standing.
Yeah.
Couldn't have 62,000 seats in it. But I fume over it because I still can't, I keep saying it and it's boring, but I still can't for the life of me understand why they don't put an extra 113 seats in it, at least to make it 53, which is a no-brainer, but it shouldn't be opening on day one with less than 55,000 seats in it. End of story. It just shouldn't. Paul, we couldn't have built it bigger. The footprint's not big enough. We could have had a bigger stadium at Stone Cross in Croxteth, but no one wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Stone Bridge was it called? Stone Bridge Cross, whatever it was called. People wanted it to be.
Crocky.
People wanted it at the waterfront because it's iconic. Otherwise, we'd be in it now. It'd be a Meccano Stadium in Croxteth, we'd be in it now.
Yeah,
it could have been 70,000. Probably wouldn't get 70,000 people in it, but that's what we could have had.
Man United have 55,000 season ticket holders.
For a 76,000.
West Ham have 52,000. So they're leaving lots of money on the table, but they have very high prices.
Yeah,
don't
high
they?
prices.
Arsenal have 45,000 season ticket holders, and we've all seen the stories about how much they cost. City, 40,000. Newcastle, 38. Everton, 32.
But it will go up. There's no way Everton will leave it at 32.
I've said loads of
times. They might just put it up extra 5,000 first. That's what they might do.
Anyone who watches, I've said it loads of times.
Liverpool have 25,000.
First couple of years, don't move it. Leave it as it is. Get the season ticket holders who are going in there nice and comfortable with the stadium. If they need to move,
finalise their seats.
They can move. They get a couple of years to finalise their seats, and then
no, we're not.
And then we move it up. Then we gradually build it up, and we see, don't we? We see if the people on the waiting list are really serious. And I've said, like you've said before, get people who haven't got season tickets and say to them, is a halfway house. You get a particular seat. You mightn't get it next season for every game.
And you pay a little bit less than walk up.
You pay a little bit less than walk up.
Pay more than
a little bit more than season ticket, and that's the halfway house. You're giving us your commitment, and we're giving you something a little bit back. But if John and his missus and his grandkids don't like the seat they're sitting in because for whatever reason,
Season ticket holders, yeah,
they don't like it,
they can move.
They can move in the second season just because. Why not? You've been used to a seat for 20 odd years. You've loved it. You walk into the new place and you're like, I don't like this. I don't
know why.
Maybe I just don't like the fella who sits around me or whatever. Or I've made a terrible mistake. I've come in the standing area and actually I don't really want to be in the stand or whatever it is. And the second season you can move somewhere else. Give it a couple of years, earn your 25 million quid, and then open the floodgates if you want. But just don't make it because the thing about it is once you make that decision, you can't take it back. Once you say we're having 45,000 season tickets, you've done it for life. You can never not have them.
To build on what you're saying, the first couple of seasons at that beautiful new stadium is probably your only chance to have a really high walk up. Because people will want to go.
Without being successful,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because people are going to want to go just because it's new. And
Elijah Campbell has joined Fleetwood on loan for the rest of the season.
Is that the biggest deal of the day?
Yeah.
Holgate.
Get that out, Ned, please.
Johnny B. Good on the super chat said safe standard and an extra 8,000 fans needed to compete. Tommy says more sensible. Yep, this is what we do. We've done that suggestion before, Tommy. We're just having a conversation about it. That is an option. Of course it is.
What's that?
What is an option?
What you were saying before, the halfway.
Oh, the halfway.
We've talked about that before, haven't we? That's a thing of... All we were doing was looking at ways they could make revenue. I'm not a decision maker. If I was a decision maker, that ground would be opening next December and it'd have at least 55,000 seats in it, mate.
The thing about it is the people who started the build on it might have had one idea and the people who finished the build of the stadium might have a completely different idea. And one is the first people weren't hard-nosed business people and were prepared to let everybody and their dog in, and the next ones might be like, no, there's a reason why this club's been failing. That's it, isn't it?
What a wise man told me was how the capacity of the stadium was defined.
Go on.
I know we hear, and I'm being rude here, apologies if it's too rude, retrospectively applying observations to what's going on, i.e. the site can't take this size or it can't take that, whatever, was because a management consultancy in the southeast, London, who were tasked with saying how big should this stadium be, came back with an answer. And then the chairman argued with the rest of the board to get it made bigger. Because the original answer was 47,000.
Yeah.
Ken Wright argued it up to 52.
Well, fair play to him.
Yeah, but it should
Baxendale voted against it being more.
Of course he would. Small time mentality. That's what he had.
So
Mason
we will
Holgate
live with it for 100 years.
Apparently.
What?
Mason Holgate completed
good
his
one.
move to Sheffield United.
That's a permanent move, is it?
No, it's a loan.
Just a loan. But we'll live with that for 100 years.
Yeah, of course we will. Yeah, but they could still change it, Tottenham changed theirs twice once.
Totally agree.
Even when it was
totally agree.
Built, they just
till all the seats are in, you can put more in.
Yeah,
you can go to the Etihad now, and they've shoehorned seats into corners.
Yeah.
Things which were concourse areas have got little what look like temporary.
You could easily sort that out.
If you go in the what's it called? Is it the managers? There's a little hospitality thing called the managers cubbyhole or whatever it is, and that's like a little temporary stand. It's a cracking view up in the corner, So you've just got to have a project almost when you walk through the doors of the new owner. Right, I want all the ideas that increase income.
Yeah.
And if there are ideas that increase income without any increase in cost, that's called profit. I like it.
Yeah. True, isn't it?
The low-hanging
hit
fruit
the like
on
button if you're watching.
Yeah. The low-hanging fruit on that will always be ticket prices.
Always.
Yeah.
Little Joe says, what is Little Miss Dynamite up to now? She's
counting the money.
Sat in Wales counting the money, isn't she?
Yeah, I would think so.
Laughing her head off at the legacy.
That's another thing we'll see when the accounts finally come out, how much they were paid to go away.
How much they were paid, yeah. How much they were paid to put the club into.
How much of the 19 million is paying them off?
Grim, innit? Absolutely grim. Set the place on fire and then walk off into the sunset.
Now, if you can put that out for us. Nice one.
Unbelievable.
Mason Holgate's been confirmed.
Yeah.
He just likes red and white stripes, doesn't he?
Loves it. Loves it. Yeah, so, listen, that's where we are. Everton aren't bringing anyone in.
No one is.
Holgate's gone out. Well, I'll be going on more than a game at 9:30 to do the final half an hour of wrap up what everyone else has been doing.
It's 11 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, he's staying till 11. Never no one's doing anything. So we'll see. We'll see. It is. Listen, it's the club is just in that predicament at the minute, and that's a problem.
I had to laugh. Semi thought it was a joke when we started this, or whatever it was, an hour and a half ago, whatever. I've just put Deadline Day Live into Google, so of course Sky Sports comes up.
Yeah.
Deadline Day Live! Exclamation mark. Lewis Hamilton, Armando Broja, Conor Gallagher. So yeah, Lewis is, or Sir Lewis.
He's the
man.
head, yeah. Jay Ratcliffe says Miss Dynamite.
Not Jim Ratcliffe.
Has opened their tea room. Yeah, I wonder what. She's doing whatever she's doing, isn't she?
Mason is a blade.
Yeah. I know, so for sure that before. I'm sure that. David, 60,000 plus with safe standing. It actually said 62,000, he said.
The maximum.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
The maximum it could ever be. That was with safe standing.
Yeah.
With the stadium being altered. Not 62,000 seats, it never was.
And the only way, according to Colin, you could add extra seats is on the east stand.
Yeah.
You have to take the roof off.
Yeah, you have to take
and
it off
and
alter the stadium.
make it look like a Lego stand.
Yeah, then it change again.
So that's never going to
No, it
happen.
was never ever getting it. I know, I mean, I don't know why Ned hasn't been on in the corner of the screen when we did say that this was Nedline Day.
Yeah.
He wanted to be on the sofa. I think he's thrown a strop
he's got a
because you
cover.
won't let him.
Yeah.
It's funny watching because you've got,
What a life.
how far behind is that?
It always does it, yeah. It's like a minute behind or something.
Could fool people and say, I'll predict what he's going to do on the right. He's going to take that microphone off and walk away.
James says, does John know how much the debt is costing us a week?
No.
No.
Nobody else. People can guess, but nobody knows. Yeah.
4 Nels, look.
But
It'll
it'll
be
be
joining Betty. She's stood there on his dog.
It'll be tens of millions of pounds a year, I'm sure. So divide that down by whatever.
Seriously? Nick says, think the halfway house is an okay idea. Been on the list since 2017, but we'll pay for a couple of years for definite seat. By the way, just saw Jared's first game at Carlisle. Saw Jared's first game at Carlisle. Knew he'd be a star.
Who's that?
Superb.
Who was
Nick.
that saying 2017? So
Nick, been on the list since 2017.
has he never been out offered a ticket?
Well, obviously not, because he's waiting. Michael
No,
Woods says, transfer deadline, #transfer deadline day, # little dicky out.
Nick?
Easy for you. You don't want to say that too often. Get your little dicky out.
Nick, my granddaughter was born in 2018. She's had a season ticket for 2 years. She never went on the list until she was born and had a name. So how you can be
I
not
know
being...
someone who's on the waiting list since 2016 has never been off of them.
Well, they need to contact people then. Because that's mad. Essie's in her second year as a season ticket holder and she's 5. Wasn't born until 2018. So she was on about 3 years. Hallie, who's currently 2, if she gets offered one in the summer, that will have been about 3 years as well.
Mad.
So I think they should chase people down, say, excuse me, why have I...
Well, if they're on 20,000, that's not just happened in the last 2 years, is it?
No.
Paul Hewitt says, tell John we're paying £32 million a year in interest.
Where's he got that from?
No idea.
There you go.
But
No,
I don't know.
I did
no
get
clue.
tens. I did say tens of millions, but I'm not sure anyone could be that accurate. But if he has, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a terrible ball.
The gloom faces say we've signed no one. I'll be honest with you, mate.
I'm not gloom.
I don't think anyone in
Look
here
like
is
this all the time.
gloomy in the slightest because none of us expected Everton to sign anyone anyway. So
We
there's
might get a shock at about 10 to 11.
there's no.
That's why Messi wasn't in bloody Saudi playing football. He's
Want to play for Dice.
He's in Crocky looking for a football stadium.
Yeah.
It's round here somewhere.
House seats at Bramley
It's
Moor.
round here somewhere. Yeah.
Someone told me there'd be a 75,000 stadium here in Cloughy. Oh, Nick says think it's because they want 2 tickets together.
Oh,
Well,
So it's not
if you
just
have
single.
criteria, mate, the
got it.
trick is get a ticket anywhere, and then once you're a season ticket holder,
for 2 together,
ask
yeah.
for 2 together. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you will probably wait forever for 2 together. Just get in the ground, lad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
My pet haters, they need to sort of clamp down on the ones who never ever go to the game. They just want to,
oh yeah.
and they don't even sell the tickets. They just want the big games. Either they just come to the big games or they sell them.
Oh, they're selling them in packages.
Yeah, because when Ned uses my granddaughter's seat, there's never anyone sat round you, is there, Ned?
Michael says also should the ground have some type of canopy thing and outside heaters to keep some of the fan zone under.
They might do. I mean, I don't know.
bearable for like the winter
I'll
games.
have some cover.
They might do. I don't know. I know Man City are currently building an indoor fan zone, which looks amazing. Which you would think would make sense where we are to have that that in the
because
plans.
it'll be bloody freezing down there on the.
No, but the stadium will
there's
be
a big stadium in the way
There'll be a
between them.
natural buffer, won't there? But
Across
it
the
would,
river.
Just walk.
But I think
though,
but an indoor thing
Baltic.
would have been quite good for like almost like creating an area where you could walk into the stadium undercover and
Yeah.
have to walk into the shop and
Yeah,
stuff.
I agree. Yeah.
But that area, I've been told by the club,
13.
will be used also for other stuff like concerts. Like so, some of the concerts that are happening at the Liver, outside the Liver buildings at the moment. So at the Pier Ed, so there's been like a few there's been like a few concerts down there, and obviously we've seen like the Eurovision
Yeah, that sort of
festivals
thing.
down
Yeah,
there and stuff. That space, I don't people realise how big that space is outside the ground.
Fan zone.
It's
13,000 people can get in
there.
there.
Huge. So
That's the Gladys
now
Street.
they've got
innit?
gates. Don't forget as well, they're installing gates to close it off. So if you go down there, it was in a ticketed event, you could close it off on every side. You only have to close the fences off, and also the river side, the dock side off, and you've shut the whole ground down. So you could have events in there, other concerts, smaller concerts, not just in the stadium, it's outside the stadium.
So not the big bands who need 50,000, but
No, there's plenty of stuff that happens at the Pier Ed.
Yeah.
Plenty
5,
of like
10,000 ones, yeah.
10,000 kind of thing that
Yeah.
happens. A lot of local bands have played down there.
How big's the conventions? Well, how big's the arena when it's
It would just be smaller than the arena.
Oh, there
I'd
you go
imagine.
then, yeah.
But also summer events though. You might want to be stuck
People want to be
inside. So you
outside,
want to be
yeah.
outside, but you
Yeah.
can't fill a stadium, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I think someone like Jamie Webster, who's obviously a local artist. He's played at the Pier Ed. Now he'd obviously want to play somewhere like Anfield, but if he can't get the numbers for Anfield, or the cost of Anfield is too expensive, or the amount of dates you'll get in the summer.
11,000 the Echo Arena, so fan zone would be bigger.
Nah, but
You still have to have a stage.
I think
and
if you
stuff.
closed, the doors and you, yeah, it's not going to be. So that's another way of doing it as well. So
Danny says, "Come on, lads, can't wait. What did you have for your tea? We had curry rice and chips.
I'd fried
Kebab and
rice.
chips.
Curry fried rice. I had curry rice,
Kebab and chips.
kebab and chips, and Ned had chicken and rice or something."
Yeah.
Mike says, "Brilliant work as always, lads. Sticking around all day, knowing the chance of us signing anyone was unlikely. Been a Premier member since the beginning of last season. The best decision I made."
Well done, mate.
Nice one, Mike. Kev says, "Well done, lads, for sticking at this when we know we ain't signing anyone. Let's just hope we
Give
get
us
some
some-
points back in the appeal."
Give us some questions.
Yeah.
Like something a bit different. to keep us
Jonathan
going.
says, "What's John's thoughts that the rumour Mashiri's involved again?"
Mashiri's involved. He's on the board right now. Owns the club. I don't know what he means by rumours involved.
Okay, I don't know.
Tell it what you mean, mate. Tell us what you mean.
Cal says, The only good thing about us at the minute is the new OnlyFans girl. Let's be honest. She's a top talent here. Fair play, Cal. Fair play. Michael says hello again. Let's cheers for the distraction to the deadline day. Bids, surely if we're selling out every game, then our ticket prices are too low.
Yep.
Just thinking when we move ground,
That's
should
supply and
set
demand
a price
rules.
for season tickets, then have a 5% discount for every 10 years you've had your
Whatever,
your ticket.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the walk-up should
Be
be about
creative.
120% of the price.
Yeah, be creative. Yeah.
And he says, and if you've had a season ticket membership number, it proves how many years you've had them, you could still get discounts or more priority.
Yeah. Sadly, the club have no idea how long.
No.
The clock stops at 15 years or something, doesn't it?
Teddy says the game's becoming more and more elitist, and that's why it's losing its essence. There'll be kids out there soon who won't get a sniff of seeing a game live. Yeah, I
But
mean,
they're keen, aren't they?
the which
But they're still keen.
Well,
Your lad's keen, isn't he?
season ticket holder,
Yeah.
though, and that's been for
Joshua is.
5 years now. But still.
Joshua's on the desperate to go to away games thing. That
think
gives
that-
you grief,
Well,
doesn't it?
exactly.
I think the
Desperate
thing
for
about
away
it is,
games.
though, like, I do understand with football, but there's a lot of stuff in life where a lot of kids are not going to get a chance to do a lot of things. Like, you know, probably like going to pitches or decent holidays and these kind of things.
Everything's
I don't think it's elitist as such. I think it's just there's got to be there's a balance, isn't there? Because if you were to allow everyone
Playing out in the street.
But if you were to allow everyone to just go for the price that they could afford, companies would go bust. Companies are going bust. Big companies that you go, oh my God.
Thought they were going to be around for a
Thought they
while.
were going to be around for a lot. Just stupid thing. Like I seen I know they're not a big company.
Who's the one?
Seen one this week where it was like,
Who's the one?
Don't know. I want to know why more people haven't liked the video. If you don't like it, then go and watch something else. That's simple.
United are in here.
That's
they're in
simple.
here,
If
they're
you
in
like
here.
it, 3-0 surely. Ireland, how
Missed
many?
it.
You don't get anything for
If you
75
like
million, do you?
it, it takes 1 second. And subscribe as well. We've got 84,001 sub.
Can't you see who the
No,
one
no.
is?
You
I
can't,
can't see
yeah.
anyone. I seen a place this week in Wales. It's not big, but a big, nice restaurant. It's only been open 6 months. Not quite Michelin star, but up there. And it was just put a thing up this week on. We'll have to shut down. The energy prices have gone up, and that's it. We're done. And it's just like
How see prices coming
My takeaway where I go, like the Tiffy, where we have a thing, it's closing at the end of the month, being there for 20 years. Closing at the end of the month because their electricity bill's gone from 600.
Oh, they've been on a fixed one for a while.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
1,600.
that's what I'm saying. For a lot of these
mad, isn't it?
places,
Yeah.
for a lot of these places,
Disgusting.
for a lot of things in life, it's like a case of there's no price they could put stuff up
No,
to.
that's what
That's
they said
right,
to me.
that would cover
Mate,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
that would
You know
cover
when I
it.
went in last week, I went, I'm going to get me thing. He was the owner. So we come out. I want to speak to you.
Get me the owner.
Get me the owner. And he come out thing and I was like, what's going on? Do you mean you closed after? And he was going through it all with me. He was like, my God, look at, and it was like eggs. He used to get eggs that were 18 quid a box to 54 quid.
Wow.
A box that's gone up in a year. And he was going, we can't put the
No one
prices
can
up to
afford
cover it. Because he went, no one will
people
buy
just-
it.
that's right.
It's just like,
Fish and chips, 30
Yeah,
quid.
exactly, yeah,
I don't
just
think
over.
so.
But
Yeah.
So it's not even a elitist thing anymore. It's just a
thing.
It's just a thing now.
Yeah.
It's just a real thing that it wouldn't really matter how you have to be able to cover your prices of certainly of a stadium. There's not a price I don't think Everton could put it down to that would satisfy a lot of people. Sadly, that's just the way of the world. It's not the working man sport as such anymore, where it's like you just go and you pay and you can go in and kids can, I had that junior Evertonian card. I remember when it gave us a discount of like
Post my day.
no, but if you had it give you a discount of like something unbelievable, like 95%. And yet I remember my mum going mad when it went up from a 50 pence to a fiver in one summer. And she went,
that's quite
no,
a
I
big
know,
jump.
but
though.
she went mad. But when you think about it, the discount it gave us
Was good,
was
yeah.
unbelievable.
If it had done over 2 years, no one would have said, a chance. Goal, is it?
Oh!
No. This game should be 9-2.
It's mad, isn't it?
See United, they've destroyed
Chances
them.
they've missed.
Matt Cornell says, Stephen Cardy says, smash the like button or slap Dickie. You make the choice.
Well, you're not going to get many likes then.
No.
Jesse, yeah, that's a good one. And we know he likes dancing, so it's the right club for him. Jesse Lingard is agreed to sign for FC Seoul
Yeah.
in South Korea.
South Korea.
Really?
Just seen that, yeah.
Tremendous.
Matt says, hey, gents.
Follow the money. Follow the money.
Expat Blue here promised my 14-year-old son we'd try and fly back for a game before we leave Goodison. What is the likelihood of getting a couple of tickets this season?
Possible, yeah.
The problem is though,
Resale platform.
it's
will
not
have loads
from
on.
you won't get them off the club. That's the problem.
Resale platform.
But that's
But
what I'm
there is a
saying.
resale
That's what I'm
platform.
saying. You get them either. off
Celtic Faith, no, us and Cam have not very much not fallen out. Cam's just got
He said he was coming
a
in. today.
family. He did say he was coming in, actually.
Yeah.
Basically got a family.
He's a boy. He's not a boy anymore.
No.
Look, he's got long hair.
Long hair and a kid.
He's a man now.
Um,
Ned's literally over there trying to grow his hair.
he is just there.
Be a
fuming.
man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
that's
save.
just hit the goalie on the head.
Yeah, good save.
Raf fan says, how long after Friday do you think he'll be before the results of the appeal are leaked to Ziegler or Ornstein?
2 weeks only.
Possibly. Rugby Toffee
I think
says,
they'll leak
which
what
would you
was said,
bring?
but
This is
not the
easy for me.
result.
Easy.
What's this?
It's Yak, but Rugby Toffee says, who would you bring back? Cotty, Yakubu or Campbell in their prime?
The yak.
Yakubu.
Yak, innit? Josh says, just coming over from Premier, just for the like. Let's go, people. 1,000 people. What? It's right, Josh. Commitment, that. Come out of Premier just to come over here.
No,
and
adverts on Premier though. That's even more of it.
Classic Josh. That.
Does this have adverts in the middle?
This is adverts, yeah.
So, do you have adverts in a live thing?
Can do.
Steve Kelly says, has Kane moved to Skemia?
He's moving to Skem, yeah.
When's he going?
Him and his girlfriend.
Whereabouts?
Fiance, they're moving to Skem.
So whereabouts?
Right, well, they're going to posh bit. They've just built an Aldi. And that means that
where you
road,
gotta be.
That road is the premium. I know this because my barber's is just round the corner as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Darren put his prices up now that there's an Aldi, because obviously he's going to spend half of his time in the Aldi buying food and chocolate and stuff. But
Food and chocolate.
Kane is Kane going to Skem. Going to Skem, they're looking at
Fair play.
They put a bid in for the house and they're going to
Actually,
Skem.
yeah. They'll get my
Well done, that
property. Well in, Kane.
What's he like?
Fair
Proposing.
play.
Now he's buying
Now he's
houses.
buying a house.
Moving to Skem,
Incredible.
yeah.
Paul Hewitt says, John at 777 don't get approved. Could they just change their loans into shares and run the club for Mashiri like United are doing?
All things are possible.
Well, they could, but they wouldn't be the owners, would they?
No.
Danny says 3 fish and chips in Bala is 50 quid.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the reality of the way we live now, of life. But the mad thing is
2 drinks
we
in
just
Putney,
accept it.
22
The
quid.
bleeding farmers are bleeding circling around Paris, not letting people in and out, burning all kinds. We just accept it. Like the idea of paying like £6 for a coffee now, it's just like, yeah, £22 for a couple of drinks in London. Yeah, we're just a country of idiots. We are a country of idiots.
No, we are, yeah.
We just take everything. We just take, we're building a train that's going to go all the way through the country. No, you're not. Yes, we are. Okay. No, we're not anymore. Well, why can't we have our train? Oh, because you're not. And then we just accept it. We're dickheads.
After we've spent 14 billion on
after
it.
they've bought John Bish's garden off them.
Yeah, I know. Paul John.
We are a country of idiots, all of us. We just accept it. And it probably is because of the chemtrails.
That's right, to be fair.
You're on one, aren't you?
Joe
we are,
says,
though, aren't we, John? All of us are.
Joe says, what's the worst chocolate bar? Mine is a flake. They're absolutely shite and make a mess. Flakes are lovely, but you're right.
They do make a mess.
They do make a mess. They do an Onana. You touch them and they crumble down on the floor, don't they? He does love it. He does love it.
Whoa. Don't ever give grief to chumps. They are like...
They had the best adverts, though.
Chumps are amazing.
Like, didn't they?
Flake did have a good advert.
Yeah, they
the
had
girlies eating it,
in the bath. All right, Ped.
I'm getting aggressive. How's that not a foul?
Rod says, asked a few times, but is there a way to watch Premier on the telly?
Yeah.
Is there a what?
Yeah.
You just
go.
should have a thing in the corner.
Oh, I've asked that before.
It should have a cast.
To get it on telly.
Should have a cast button in the corner.
Which cast does it use?
Come on, you just cast it.
Thingy.
Matthew Whitmore says, lads, if a celebrity was to take over, like at Wrexham, which star would you want it to be?
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl. Because he's gone through some bad times. Shut up, Ned. Just shut up.
If he's just
Do you know
said,
why?
If he's just said, Who I think he's just said, I'm going to jump
did you think he
two-footed.
Mick Doherty.
Fucking Doherty.
Pete Doherty.
Pete Doherty.
Stupid little
Stupid child trying to grow your hair.
Oh, no. Absolute clown.
Dave Grohl.
Get your bleeding camera on.
Dave Grohl, it should be.
Look at the leg. Get your camera on.
Oh, with his Twitch.
Show everyone. Party of Barnet is. Celtic vapes just buy a swirl instead of a flake.
Yeah. That's
That's
That's a flake with chocolate on it, isn't it?
it's a flake with chocolate round in it.
Gareth
It's
loves
sensible.
seeing Ped lose his shit.
It's a sense. You've never seen me.
No.
You think I lose my shit over like
Amanda
that?
Holden would be tremendous,
No,
but she'd need 48 billion.
She'd bring the other fella with. Imagine the drama he'd bring.
Do Alan Carr? Imagine him bouncing through.
His dad was a manager.
I know, but he'd be able to. Oh, he done well there. He'd be able to renovate like the ground and that, wouldn't
yeah, he would,
To do a nice cracker with a paintbrush,
He
yeah.
would. Yeah. Dave Grohl and then the Foo Fighters could open the stadium.
Ah, but the Blues says,
But what?
thin Richmond's gone for Elon Musk. The Blues says the way to eat a flake is to snap it in half in the wrapper, only open one end, then there's no crumb spillage, and then you get the owl
You can't
pouring in your mouth.
You
but
can't have instructions.
You've got
to
no.
eat
That's
chocolate.
the problem.
That's
If you
know,
have to instruct, they have to come with an instruction manual to eat it. There's an issue. Thin Rich, Les Dennis, shut up. Rod says, the Prem on the phone, cast it to the telly. Yes,
Yeah.
mate. Exactly is right, Ross. He's going to join. Rod, he's going to join Premier and do
Text
it.
him,
Oh, okay.
James Bishop,
Um,
so he can be on the telly.
Bishop.
Haaland, a couple of seasons, he can afford it. Ricky Gervais says Lila. That'd be funny. Ricky, he hasn't got the money though, Lila, but it would be good. No, we're not having Round the Tower live. Steve, I'm going live on M-Tag in a bit.
I'm going home soon.
What time is it? It's
not enough, isn't it?
time, yeah.
I'm gonna do.
An hour
We're
and a
gonna
half,
do a roundup of
Oh,
what's
good.
happened.
That'll take 4 minutes.
I know, yeah, but it's on M-Tag.
Get to the pub for last orders.
You're right. You're right.
What's he saying?
He's going to get to the pub for last
You're not
order.
getting to the pub for any last orders, Ned. You don't even drink.
What are you doing behind there, Ned, apart from having a wobbly leg?
Put the barcode thing up.
Trying to stop my leg from wobbling.
Ned, just put the link to Premier in the comments, please, for Rod. Please. Look at Ned in the corner. It's tremendous.
Let's have a look.
Fair play. Fair play. That's what his dad says he looks like.
His dad did say he looked like that, yeah. Billy says, hi lads, Billy here from Galway Island. Why don't we get Che Adams on loan? Because we need someone who can put the
Bit
ball
late
in the
now,
net.
innit?
Hang on, he's only just scored his first goal the other week for about 8 months.
It's a bit late now.
And we haven't got any money anyway to get him in, mate. And we've got 3 strikers. It's a midfielder and a winger we probably need.
The cricket's on.
Lila, yeah. Holgate's been confirmed. He's gone to Sheffield United on loan. Kevin Murphy says, Ned wants to go to the pub. Must be his mates round. That's
Got you, sus, lad.
That's Steve McLaren, 804.
Thing is, though, he's got to have plenty of time to get there because he can't speed.
No, because he gets done for speed, doesn't
Ned. Tremendous. I like that, Pet. That was good. That was good. Always thinking, lad, eh? Always thinking.
Hey,
Hey.
he? Hey.
Chris Burns said, can you do a long-haired 11? Long-haired goalie, Stefan Vessels, in the Premier League.
Stefan Vessels.
We'll have Stefan Vessels. No one's had better hair than Vessels, long hair. Right back. Don't go hot again, because he was losing it here, but he had Hurley.
Luke Ayling.
Luke Ayling, Ned said.
Oh, was it a Prem 11? Okay, Luke.
Whatever, come here.
I thought we were doing an Everton 11. Everton long-haired 11.
Everton 11, sorry.
Yeah, long-haired Everton 11. Need a right back with long hair. Have we had a right back with long hair?
No, I don't think we've had anyone with long hair.
Penalty! There is, he's given as well.
Give it.
Yep.
See that?
know.
I could be a ref.
Penalty.
I could be a ref.
No,
I could.
no,
Look at that.
no.
Man United should be 17-0 up, and Wolves have just got a penalty.
The
Until the VAR overruled.
long hair, yeah.
Here we go.
We'll go Luke Ayling then, because we'll do a Premier League one.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's not a penalty. But to be fair to Wolves, they're getting one back, aren't they?
Oh,
That's not a penalty.
Oh my God, that's
That's
never a penalty.
embarrassing.
Oh, no way.
How's the ref falling for
He
it?
can't have given that.
He literally.
Oh,
no.
But-
the Premier League at its best.
There's contact.
Right back.
There's contact.
To be fair, they haven't had anything
They're
yet.
going to give it.
We're having Mark
They're
Otter.
To be
gonna
fair,
give it.
Left back Pistone.
There was contact.
That's United against us.
They're looking
and
for
Wolves.
contact. Here we go.
Oh,
Watch.
it's never a penalty. In the real world, know what? No, you just look at it, right?
They won't
Is
give-
that enough?
they can't
Is that
give it.
enough? Is that enough to bring a grown man down?
No.
No.
Ned, yes.
Yeah.
Grown man, no.
They've found contact. They're giving it a
Pistone
penalty.
left back. Who the two centre backs?
Don't slow
There
it
it
down.
is.
Don't slow
There
it
it
down.
is.
Not yet. That's a penalty.
But you
That-
don't-
look. That's a penalty.
you
Isn't it?
don't know it's a penalty,
exactly
though,
what I'm
'cause
saying.
he
no.
could be pushing
That's what
past
I'm
it.
saying. That's what I'm saying. From that angle, all you can see
No,
is.
he pulls it out.
No, I'm not having
He
that.
pulls it away.
I'm not having that.
He pulls it
Oh,
away.
Nuno Valente.
But look at the angle, though.
He pulls it away.
Look at the angle. How can you see if there's contact from that angle?
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't touched him. Grow up. Grow up, will you?
The
That's even
Blues was
less.
laughing because he said, Ped said penalty, then said he could be a ref. And now you're saying it is.
I could.
You are
I
100% a ref.
100% a ref.
Wolves have been had off this season,
Yeah,
but I
they're-
don't think that's a
they're
pen.
That's about the level of touch that DCL did when he got sent off. isn't it?
That cannot bring a grown man down. I'm sorry, just brushing someone's
Oh,
ankle.
yeah, psycho. No, I'd play Pathfinder now centre back like he did a few
A
games.
grown
because
man.
We need a long-haired centre back.
Thomas Hitzelsberger. Oh no, he had short hair by the time he got to us. I'm sure he had long hair.
That isn't it.
Gravison before he come to us. Remember his long hair?
Terrible, is it? Lukaku, yeah, definitely have wrong.
Yeah.
So if you're going through...
He's give it.
Yeah, that's
Not a clear and obvious error.
That's I'm not having
Can't
that.
have Puyol as a bloody centre.
I'm not
Fucking
having
Everton.
that. Not having that.
Gareth Farrell, he had long hair.
He did.
I am not having that.
And Andre Gomez.
The game
God,
is
these look
gone.
dead excited, don't they? The Wolves fans. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe this game isn't 11-0
Should be
already.
11-0.
It's
Any chance
absolutely
of painting a
crazy.
smile on a Wolves fan?
Steve
Lions
Keane,
and
I would love
Kenyon.
it.
Wouldn't you be like that if Man United had come and literally put you, should be
Chance to get back
47-0
in the game, though.
Goalie's going to save it.
Isn't Afro long hair?
He doesn't save penalties. Oh, Nana.
If Fellaini's head got wet, he'd have
Terrible goalkeeper. Him.
This is why United are what United are now.
Isn't it mad, right? Everton haven't had a penalty. The longest team in Europe not to have a pen. 29 games without a
And
penalty.
he's just literally breathed on
and
his
he's
ankle.
breathed and he'd give a pen. Incredible.
We've had pulls, pushes.
Kicks. We've had it all.
That was the same amount of contact as Robinson's hand on the ball.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hilarious.
Terrible.
But that's fair play to Wolves. They haven't had
think a
anything
player's
also.
But they literally
Hit the
just
like button,
just look
please.
for contact of any description.
That's it.
And it's no longer a
If you
clear and
slow
obvious
it
error
down,
if there's
no,
If
contact.
you slow it down, look for contact, you will find contact.
Said this before.
But
you
he's
know
a
what,
grown
then?
man, that
You know
would
if that's
not-
a pen. I'm going for the base. But you know if that's a pen, then Ezzy's was a penalty when we beat
I
them
tell
down
you
there.
what though, one thing I will say about this transfer deadline day, at least Baz has got a mic on. I
Yeah.
mean,
Someone said to me,
talk about growing,
Well,
talk
he's
about
not in a
personal
stro-
growth.
He's not in a
Really?
strop,
I'm
though.
not in. I knew today we weren't getting him. I'm not interested.
He's not in a strop. is that?
The club has got far more important things to
No, what's about personal growth over a year?
You can all have
You know,
It's August.
It was August.
It's August.
It's only a few months.
it felt like a year ago.
Yeah, right.
Listen, Ned's saying he wants Pete Doherty to take over.
Now that is-
like that in his head.
It's Biffy. Have you texted him?
I've texted him, yeah.
Who's texting who?
You texted him?
10 to 10 at night.
Is it me?
He's a journalist. No, he's a producer.
Producer. I'm doing,
TNT, because he's
I'm
on the
doing
telly on
important
Saturday.
things here. I've got an important role. That's the emotional
Something.
something or other of this game.
Because it might be at the ground, mightn't it?
I'll message him in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine he scored.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a goal! Oh, Baz, what a goal!
Hurry, come back, see the replay.
I thought he was going to come rushing in then.
Yeah.
Gutted.
Like that advert.
Yeah. Devastated.
That advert would work, wouldn't it, if you did it in real life?
Yeah.
All seems going to come
Oh, give a penalty away, so they're taking you off.
That was never a penalty.
It
that.
wasn't. That's
Paul
what,
Hewitt says, will Dyche still be the manager when we go to the new ground?
yeah.
Probably will. Surely, yeah, Fellaini's hair should be included, shouldn't it, on a long-haired 11? That should be included, Fellaini.
Because there's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it.
So, which positions are we up to? Did we get a
I
goalie?
have no idea what's going on.
Did
Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable.
If I was doing the cool, I know you're lying look.
Oh, you've never been that animated about a goal in your life.
Oh, it is.
I have. I was here for the World Cup, remember? Oh, what a save!
That really was.
That really was a save. Are we allowed to have Fellaini in this hairy 11? Because why not?
Well, think about it. If his head
Tom
gets
Davis.
There's 3 millions, mate. I got bored. There was 48 people.
Yeah.
People say, like, my clients.
Did Andy Rankin have a floppy haircut?
wet, what's classed as
John,
long
I
hair?
don't even know if, like, I was a twinkle in my dad's eye when he was playing for Everton.
Played in the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
54. You're less than 54, aren't you?
William says we
When
haven't
did he
had a
play?
penalty since King Charles has been crowned.
It's Leicester, wasn't it? No, yeah, Leicester it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Leicester, wasn't it?
Andy's doesn't count. It was a bit floppy, but it doesn't count as long. Well, I don't know. That might be
Only
classed as
footage,
long.
floppy thing.
Yeah. Don't we
You
can all...
making that?
Oh, goal!
3.
Not a goal.
3-1.
It's a goal!
Hoyland again.
No, but it's a goal.
It's Scott McTominay.
Oh, it's McTominay, sorry.
Scott McTominay.
Looks like him, but he's 39. Oh,
There
they're
you go.
gutted. We thought we were in it.
He means his squad number.
Not his age.
That's how we different. Yeah, Mich Madar.
Michael Mazar.
Oh, Defo, yeah.
Michael Madar.
Mo Johnson.
Yeah, Mojo had that
That's such a soft goal, that.
along Barnett, didn't he?
Yeah.
That is
Oh.
so soft.
Oh,
Oh, that's so soft.
what's the keeper doing here? Let's see what he gets.
Manny
to see.
Fernandez.
It's just
Yeah.
keeper gives up on it, doesn't
Yeah. Mad, innit, all those opportunities.
he? Yeah.
Good win. Be United, that.
Casemiro's happy now. He went off in a huff.
Yeah.
Did he, yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Good win. What's this? Hang on. Super chat from Robert Jones says, cheers. Well, cheers to you for giving us the super. Look at that, the old guard.
Yeah.
Man United fans will be looking at going, ooh,
The good old days.
ooh, bring that back.
Drop them into us. Pervin.
Paul Wilkinson. Tremendous. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Gary Stanley. Alan Bailey.
Oh, Bailey, yeah.
Graham Sharp. Andy Gray.
David Ginola.
Andy Gray.
Gray did. He had long flow.
I know, not when he was with us. Did he?
Come look at a shot. 2 goals against Sunderland.
I believe you and
Adrian
your
Heath.
elephant memory. Yeah.
Adrian Heath had the Scally curve.
Oh, in she
Kev
did, yeah.
Richardson.
Yeah.
When's he coming in?
Paul Bracewell.
Oh, gone back at him.
Was he?
Here you go. It's just turned into a watch on this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Frank Keeley. I'm going to do M-Tag in a minute.
Andy van der Meijden.
Doesn't feel like deadline day.
You said that like it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Christmas Eve, does it?
I'll be honest, Ned. It feels very much like deadline day.
It does.
Everton don't do
In
anything.
fact, it doesn't because I'm not angry. So,
Because no one else is doing any.
Yeah, you know why? You're just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
Baines had long hair, yeah. Ian Marshall.
I don't get that at all. Deadline day.
John Paul Kissick. Remember him?
Remember him well.
Disher had long hair, didn't he?
All the 80s team had long hair.
Tom Davis, Alan Whittle, Moise Keane.
Well, they were related.
Yeah,
So,
they were.
oh. Let's see if anything else has happened.
Just look.
Nothing.
Alexi Wolby.
Onana, Awobi. Glenn Watson, John the Biz Blaine on the super chat. Will England beat India again?
No.
No.
There you go.
Stuart McCall. Very much had long game and he scored 2 at Wembley.
Yeah.
2-year deal. Lingard.
Calvert-Lewin.
So Lingard could have gone to Saudi or Turkey, who both pay top
Rejected them,
dollar.
didn't he?
And he said no to go to South Korea.
Rejected them.
Nikita Yelovich. We went for Vessels. Big Stefan.
Everton have
John
made
Bailey.
attempts to sign Yasser Asprilla today, but the amounts of their interest did not satisfy Watford and did not succeed. They hope the Colombian will look at the deal in the summer. See, that would have been good, because that would have helped our Colombian t-shirt and hoodie collection.
Very
wouldn't it?
much so.
That's the way you got to look at it. Unusual, actually, for Merseyside not to get the Colombian over the line.
Needed to get Curtis Warren involved. Scott Gemmell, very much so. Never had to go. Andy King, Bailey, Pina, all of them, yeah. Barkley with his threads.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get Lingard? Probably for about 200 grand a week.
Yeah.
Might have been the reason why nobody in the Premier League got him.
Fair play to him. Different way of
Get
life.
the money, you can get
Stay
the
2
money.
years, will he?
Different way of life, innit? Knowing him, he'll probably walk up to North Korea and go, what's going on over there?
No, we'll just be there flossing at the
Yeah.
border.
I can solve this problem. No
like
man's
that.
land.
At the border. Only stood there doing the Wakanda thing at the border, loving it.
Wakanda
And he should score. And he should do whatever he should do. Loved it. Big Jesse. Just dancing away with Kim Jong-un. The other side of the border. Imagine him. I'll sort this.
That would be interesting.
That would be,
That
wouldn't it?
would be interesting.
Robert Jones says, what will happen first? Alien invasion, hell freezing over, Everton getting a penalty, or us having an eventful deadline day?
See,
The last one.
I don't even want an eventful deadline day. I want all the stuff to be done beforehand.
Because if Everton signed a couple on deadline day for us, though, here we go again. They're on net,
Not a penalty.
there is a little
See,
flick.
the thing about it is, someone touching your shin does not make you go up like you've been shot in
No, he
platoon.
threw his legs back, but you know what? They have been had off so many times,
Yeah,
so
fair
fair
play.
play. I don't begrudge him.
The irony of them finally winning a penalty in a game that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Well, that's when people go, it evens itself up. Nah,
Yeah.
doesn't really.
No, does it?
Get a penalty when you're 5-0 down with 2 minutes to
That'll
go.
be us, won't
That'll
it?
be us. Well, he's
Yeah.
done it to us last season at Brighton, didn't he? Go ahead, have a pen. Chimity before he cut his hair. Delhi, yeah.
Yep.
Tom says, do the Everton Baldies beat the Everton long-haired 11?
Yeah.
I don't know. Everton long-haired 11's got... It turned into an Everton long-haired 30. It's a
Did it?
strong squad. It's a strong squad.
I think they win it in midfield, the Baldies. Carsley and Gravis in the midfield.
That is true. But then got Scott Gemmell in there. Barry on.
Who needs Barry on?
When we've got Scott Gemmell
Andy Johnson up front.
on Yango. Paul Hughes says, who's winning World War III?
Nobody.
Nobody. Very evenly matched.
Cockroaches.
AI.
Whoever's got the shares in the right companies.
Cockroaches.
Elon
Cockroaches might win here.
And his AI robots.
AI.
I think we'll ever have a space war.
Who are we having a space war with?
Space people.
Have you got your mic on?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Put your camera on.
So we're having a space war with space people. Where did these space people come from?
We don't know yet. I haven't met them. This is why we haven't had war.
So how could we have a war with space people we've never met?
Because, like,
There's an emerging war in all mankind in space.
say we just start sending humans.
The problem is that
Colonists
though,
on
right?
Mars.
We haven't even got to the next planet yet. And you're saying there's a civilization out there.
No, what I'm saying is we might send humans live on this planet, and they go, well,
All
actually,
right, okay.
we're staying here.
But
and we
my
want-
point
we want your
being, my
resources."
point
We going,
being-
"No, you get your own resources. You pissed off to the planet."
My point is, we have not reached the next planet yet,
Mars.
and you're already advocating for
Yeah.
wars.
I never said we're going.
Why have you got it? Why has there got to be a space war net? Why do you love war net?
I just want to know what's going to happen.
What is it?
I'd be quiet about wars if I was you, because you are of age.
What is it good for?
To be what?
to be called up, Ned.
Oh.
You will be in the draft, my friend.
Nah.
You will be
Adam
in the draft.
says, wonder how Bernard's doing. Bernard's doing all right in Greece.
You will be in the draft, my friend.
They won't want me.
Why wouldn't he? You're cannon fodder. You're cannon fodder.
Remember he told us he was signing up.
Yeah,
Him and
the
Cam.
SAS, weren't he?
Said we can be fast tracked. Remember?
Yeah, telling you you're the next Iron Man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
If I could be Iron Man, then yeah.
You are the next Iron Man. The problem is, it's an actual fucking iron.
Ned, why isn't your camera on?
It's on.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. Beaker's on.
Having Beaker is not you.
I don't think
You do understand you work for us, don't you? Like, this is not like a youth club. Like, if we tell you to put your camera on, you
people
put your
wanna see
camera
it.
on.
People want to
Like,
see it.
that's
It's
not
Nedline Day.
That's not like us asking, that's us telling.
it's on.
There you go. I love that. Like, it's great the way
I
you
don't
do
want
it.
people to see how messy my office is.
Your office.
Yeah.
You mean our office?
Well, that's fine. That's his office. That means he's fully accountable for
that means
the
that he
mess
must be
when we go
working
over
tomorrow
there.
then. Must be in work tomorrow.
He's in
then.
tomorrow, yeah.
Someone will just have to take over my office.
No, I don't know. Ned,
Do anything in my office,
Ned,
by the way,
hang on.
please.
The Blues has hit you with an absolute cracker here. He's basically got you on a technicality. Thought you could take a Welsh Seagull, Ned.
Yeah.
Soon changed your tune.
Yeah.
No, I never said I was going to just go and pick a random seagull out and batter it. I just said if I was having food and a seagull attacked me, I'd self-defend myself. And just,
Self-defend.
Self-defend yourself. Fair play. Fair play.
and once I do, it
The
would
good-
have no chance.
But the good news about that is, Ned, we are putting that to the test soon.
no, we're not.
Because your office will be Landudno.
No, you'll be wasting time.
Soon.
What?
Go on, we told you this.
And I'll sit there.
We are going,
We have told you
we are
this.
going to Landudno.
The
minute-
We are buying you chips.
Yeah.
We are sitting you down on the promenade and you are going to have to
And
defend.
we are filming you.
Nothing will happen.
Well, we'll see, because
I'll eat
we
my
know
chips and
Gareth
eat.
Jones is going to come and meet us as well.
Yeah.
Because he wants to see you.
These
And it'll be
seagulls
3-2, is it?
Oh!
3-2.
3-2.
It ain't happening. The seagulls will stay well clear.
Why would
Because
they...
they don't pick on like the hard ones. They just pick on like the kids and that, don't they?
The kids.
You're not a hard one.
Number
Oh,
one, you're
see
not a
me.
hard one.
Filthy.
Number two, you are 5'3".
No, I'm not. 5'8". I am. My
No, and he's
friend-
5'8" when he's got his mum's bleeding stilettos on.
5'8" when you wear your Nike Air Force.
I was measuring
Goalie
a house
there.
man.
That a double own goal.
The goalkeeper.
What is the goalie doing?
What's this? Off the keeper.
Is it Kilman?
5'8".
Oh, that's funny.
Sutty 0151 says, genuine question, is Ned Ped's kid?
No.
No. Not that we know of, anyway. No. Paul says,
No
tell
genes
Ned,
would use in the
seagulls
making of-
are the ninjas of birds.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
What is
Especially the mercenaries. Yeah.
a seagull?
Yeah.
Nah.
Ned, you would
No, they are,
not.
Ned.
You would not last 5 minutes against Landudno Seagull.
No, Landudno Seagull will smash you
Yeah.
all over the gaff. And that's just a
Can I
fact,
get
son.
arrested for uppercutting a seagull?
For what?
Like uppercutting a
Well, you could get
Uppercutting a
arrested
seagull.
for it, but the fact that you won't be quick enough to uppercut a seagull,
No, it's self-defense.
It'll be
isn't it?
poking your eyes out.
Dude,
Ned, it will be like a Hitchcock film. Honestly,
I'll batter it.
Gareth says,
carpet
yes,
bomb
Ned,
before they
I'm
go
buying
in."
the chips, mate, and beers for Baz and Ped.
I don't think
Job done.
Why can't I?
You know what? We'd have to have non-alcoholic if we were having it, because, hey, there's not a chance Ned would drive,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
Thinking what he said.
He speeds a lot.
It's not even speeds,
I'm
it's the
not
fact that
driving.
he'd have to use his petrol.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
It's not me who
Ned.
wants to go.
Right? What was that?
It's not me who wants to go.
You're going? It's
I could just have chips.
like
here.
the Blues said, Ned, it's part of your job.
It's an outside
It is.
goal.
You've got to
your
go.
job.
There's this
Yeah, I'll
weird
go.
thing.
I'm not driving though.
know what?
Hang on, wait, squeak.
You're
Yeah, just Ned.
Ned, you're scared because you know the Welsh police are a little bit more on top of people who break the speed limit.
If I
Yeah.
wanted chips, I'd drive to the nearest.
It's not about wanting chips. We can all want chips.
We can't
It's
take him to
all
town,
about
obviously.
Wales. It's all about the seagulls and Landudno.
Why are we going somewhere where we know that we might
Because
have
you
trouble
said you
eating
could take them.
Why are we going somewhere where we know what?
We can get trouble for having just.
Get trouble from.
I don't want no trouble, man.
You what? Now you don't want
Yeah.
any trouble. You've spent
what are you
months
doing, lad?
telling us you're gonna kick its head in.
Yeah, you're the one.
Saying I could.
But you've been.
Well, we'll see.
You've
I'm
been.
allowed.
Hang on. You've been inciting the
Violence.
the violence on this poor race of birds.
No.
And all they
It's
want
not
to do
violence,
is
it's
have a good time,
self-defense.
have a good life, and every week they have to listen to you talking about
Threatening them.
bullying them and
Karate
threatening them and saying you're going to eat their young ones.
Oh, Mina.
Self-defense.
It's not self-defense if you're the one telling everyone
Offside.
you're
It is
going to
if
knock
you do-
shite
if you do-
out of a seagull.
If you're doing pure karate on it, then it's pure
Karate.
Karate.
When it comes near me, I'll do full hands up.
Karate.
Miles
Karate.
off.
Yeah.
Karate.
Yeah, now karate kid over there.
Oh.
Carla says, Ned, they want your chips, no matter how hard you are. And Robert says, a seagull wins 9 times out of 10. It'd take a lucky dig.
Stephen Seagal.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they would be when you're with them, Ned.
We've
Let's
got
be
here.
honest, Ned. You can be all brave and funny and not tall.
Gobby.
But these are gonna take you to the cleaners.
It's just a bird.
Literally.
You're gonna take you'll have to go to the cleaners when they've shat all over you.
Danny Ellis says, little ginger with chips equals prime target.
Yeah.
No.
The thing, and also, can you imagine what the sun will do to you before the seagulls
Oh
even
my
get there?
God, yeah.
4 times the bigger.
Adam,
Give me.
Adam. Brilliant.
No, it's too.
Oh, poor
dirty
tackle,
that. That's a dirty
That's
tackle.
a poor tackle, that. Adam says, if Ned was 5'3", Bernard would be allowed to say, what's the weather like down there? Little Bernard.
That's not true.
Um,
I got my
Charlie thinks Ned would get eaten up by a pigeon, let alone a seagull.
Nah.
And Matthew Whitmore says, Ned seems to have mistaken himself for Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Also, have you ever been to Landud? No.
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean? Yeah, cut when?
When I was 15, 16.
Okay, that was a long time ago.
Well, I don't want to go back.
Lots of things have happened since then.
Why would I
COVID.
go back? I got attacked by a seagull.
You got attacked by a seagull then?
No. They won't come near me.
No. So what you're saying is actually there's some kind of trauma here, isn't there? There's some kind of long-lasting trauma.
There's some bigotry.
And actually, I think it might be good for your mental health if you go back and face that trauma.
Confront it.
Confront it.
They had a massive map.
Wayne Goff said, is Ned a regular visitor to Benidorm? Ned would never get out of Benidorm if he went to Benidorm.
I've never been.
Ned would phone us and go, lads, I'm sorry, I live in
Ned's
Benidorm
not
now.
a regular visitor to airports, let's put
My
it
mate's
that way.
got family in Benidorm.
What?
What?
My mate's got family in Benidorm.
So is that part of your the quiz team?
Yeah.
So if anyone doesn't know, Ned's in a quiz team with a family, and
An
the family,
all-conquering big
the family offered.
Do you know who the family are who he's in the quiz team with, though?
No, we were all going to
The
go.
family, you know, the 3 lads that dance, the dad
Yeah,
and the 2 lads,
that's what it
that's
is.
who he goes to quiz
They-
team with.
they- No.
They're his mates.
They wanted to take Ned on holiday with them. Nothing weird about that, is
no,
there?
like as a group, there's other people that aren't.
There wasn't, it was the
wasn't.
family and you.
Ned, it sounds like that sounds like Saltburn.
Well, who else?
Royal Blue Rich says Ned'll just chuck his chips on the floor like my daughter did with her ice cream.
The Saltburn I want to get in is Baz's Gator Community.
Next deadline day is coming from Landud No Pier. Carla says Ned not wanting to go. Sounds like he's scared of the
I never
seagulls.
wanted to go in the first place. I just said if I was happened to be eating chips and a seagull tried to take them,
You didn't.
I wouldn't run off. I'd just back
A
it.
seal tried to take them.
Bramley Moore seagulls will do Ned, says Steve Murphy.
Chance. Absolutely no chance. Not being funny.
Day6 says Ned's backing down.
If he came round by ours in the summer, those seagulls would destroy him. Never
There
mind
used to be
anything.
loads when I was in high school.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
day on the dinner break, the seagulls would be trying to get the scraps. And
I feel like you've
I'd be
got
throwing some
trauma
at the
here that you
seagulls.
need to face.
Seagulls would rob Ned for his change and go in the
They
arcades.
take his backpack off him.
I used to have like bags of cookies, and I'd be launching cookies at the seagulls trying to win.
No wonder they hate you.
What? He's launched stuff.
Launching cookies at seagulls for no reason.
What have you got? What's blowing hell, Ned?
He's a bigot.
I know.
Sporting.
Racist as well.
Racist seagull
Basic
hater.
Trick says Landud No Seagulls have called Ned out on Twitter.
And you know what? You know what the worst thing is? Dinosaur actually means terrible seagull.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
The Blues has put karate.
Dinosaur.
Oh my God.
What does
Do
dinosaur
a
mean,
poll.
Ned?
Ned versus Seagull.
Sorry, Ned, what does dinosaur mean?
It just means dinosaur.
But what does it mean, though?
Mean anything?
How did they come up with the word?
They didn't.
They did, no. What does it mean?
The fella who discovered dinosaurs is called Dinosaur.
Mathew says, Ned the Brighton Seagull massive will mop you up.
They're just birds. Anyone could beat up a seagull.
Phil Cinema.
But you're not prepared to prove it, are you?
Like salt bin.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I found it interesting. But
If anyone's watched Seagull...
Ned's in a cult.
sorry, if anyone watched Saltburn, Ned definitely does the same in the bat as that lad. That's all I'm
I don't
saying.
have a-
Yeah, Ned, are you ready? Robert Jones, I once lost a £5 hot dog to a seagull, and it gave me a shiner in the process in Llandudno.
that's
It's
your
literally the fighting Family Guy with the chicken.
James, we are. Rich Bond said it's karate, posh karate.
Karate.
Yeah. James has got to go to Conway after Llandudno. Of course, we are. We're going to
on the
Popsy
property.
Bakery, mate.
On the property.
100%.
Oh! how's he missed
United
it?
nearly had the
How's he
84th
missed
goal
it?
disallowed then.
How's he missed that?
Gareth says, Ned, trust me, these local seagulls are like Jack Russells with wings.
Oh,
Karate. Ned v Llandudno Seagull, pay-per-view gold. Live on Premier it is, getting streamed live on Premier.
I'm not going to.
DJ says them Llandudno Seals don't take no shit. And Ian says, I'd buy a Ned Seagull t-shirt. The Seagull snatched Ned's birthday cake and it's clear he's never recovered.
Karate.
Karate.
I remember the last time I had a birthday cake.
Real Seagulls on top, says Mr. M. Ned, bullying Ned seems like a group therapy from Ped and Baz. Ned is bullying Seagulls, Ingo, so basically you're an enabler. Ned and his karate.
I'm just letting them know if they want to try and steal my chips, then they'd better be
3-3.
oh, it's good.
better.
3-all.
United are dreadful, aren't
Oh,
they?
dear.
United are dreadful.
That keeper is awful, isn't
He's
he?
awful.
Is that-
Get, honest to
But they're
God,
better off leaving that other kid in
that
goal.
Ten Hag is a disgrace.
They were absolutely cruising at 2-0. They were cruising at 3-1.
Yeah.
They just... And he brought, what's worse is he brought
all the
Maguire
defenders on.
and Evans.
Yeah, brought
They
his
just missed an absolute sitter.
Yeah, brought the defenders on.
They're absolutely dreadful. Aren't they? Wolves should have been 18-3 down here and they've got a draw out of it. It's incredible. Incredible. Joined, but
Like,
tells
what's he
me
doing
to
there?
upgrade.
Who's
No,
that? How weak is he? Why are they being counter-attacked? There's 5 minutes to go, and they've got 6 players in
Yeah,
the wall.
hello.
He's just... Oh, no, he's not.
he's
He's
not.
on side.
He's well on side.
What are they doing?
And why is he backing off for and letting them cut in?
Oh, that's awful.
Suck at the flex now.
That is awful.
They are terrible, United, aren't they?
Through his legs.
Carla says, did United actually pay something like 50 million for Onana? Yep. Yep. Obviously, they've been better just buying Jordan Pickford.
For 75.
No, mate. Harry Maguire. He's a meme, and
It's time for the...
Why are you
for Wolves
committing
to win
so
this.
many players?
that is crazy because why have they? They were winning 3-2. He's been crap Fernandes tonight. And Garnacho, he's terrible as well.
Yeah, he's gone off on it.
Absolutely. Oh, it was Anthony, that wasn't it?
That's
Sorry, I
what I'm
went
saying,
to.
how
He's
weak.
another one.
Absolute
He's
weak.
dreadful as well, Anthony. Absolutely dreadful. Phil says a seagull in the Man United goal would do better. 100%.
I think so.
Put a seagull and just put some chips on the line. You'd never score.
No.
Onana. Oh, no.
Ned in goal.
Yeah, actually, Ned and goal would be better.
Go
Play
on.
it.
Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal that is!
Kobe Minu.
Oh, what a goal!
What a goal.
4-3 United.
Kobe, what a goal that is. Just kept the Gea, says James. Why didn't he?
Yeah.
Just keep the hair, yeah.
Ten Hag didn't like him.
I know, but he's
But that
better.
other lad he had who played in the last game but seemed absolutely fine.
Mad, Andy. Absolutely mad. Gareth says, lads, I've just messaged me mate, and if I can get you his holiday home for free in Conway, you can stay over, and Ned'll be able to have a good go at the Seagulls, and you can have beers.
What's good is
That'd be amazing.
But if we got somewhere to stay,
That
it'd
would
be
be
like
fun.
Rocky 4. No, with all the prep.
Be able to train him
Could
for the
train,
day.
little montage.
The mountain.
Now we could have a game of cards in the night with some alcohol-free beer.
Yeah. KGB outside just watching
Just
over it.
watching, and then the next day,
Yeah.
Ned,
That's
Cracking finish. This.
incredible.
Wrestling again in front of the fire.
Sorry, what was that, Ned? What was that?
Naked wrestling.
Naked wrestling in front of the fire. Yeah.
Who with?
Who with?
Was for? Like,
No.
No.
No, mate. No.
No.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Naked.
I went to sleep one night drunk with my clothes on. I woke up clothesless, and Cam said just in case you was sick on your clothes. So you didn't have to take me boxes off and everything.
So Cam strict. So
Yeah.
basically, you're on a live show with 826 people watching.
Explaining how you.
That you're explaining how Cam took your clothes off and just left
After
you.
admitting
Fair play.
After admitting you're a seagull rapist.
I still had my bills on.
You said it just said.
You
he
just
took 'em
said
off.
he stripped you.
No, man, I still had my bills on.
No, you said he took them off. There was no need. You said.
You said there was no need for Cam to take me bills off.
Yeah, you just said that.
He's
And,
not-
and he's not here to defend himself.
No.
He's not here to defend himself.
Very much like when the seagull batters you.
You'll be in the High Court.
Just go and watch Ned Cam.
You'll be in the High Court.
Carl says, had Landudno Special Ops Seagull steal my pasty gutted as it was a Gerard steak slice. None of the Palm Bakery nonsense.
See, I can't go to Gerard's.
Because of the
I
name.
know that's childish.
That's bad, that. Because of the name, really.
I know that's childish, but I can't
very.
go.
I'd be
James says Ned's running up the arm to warm up. He'd only be able to get up
halfway and go, halfway. Where's the tram?
halfway.
Yeah.
He'd get about 3 foot up and be like that. Walking football's harder than this.
Come here.
What the... Oh, my God, what
So
a game.
United.
Only Ned, says Hazy Hate. Kev Murphy says, well, that got weird quick, Ned. What the... Yeah.
It's his special power, isn't it?
Do you know what my favourite pasty is, and you can't get it in any shop? Any bakery?
What?
Corned beef pasty.
That's because. No, when you could have got them
Pasty.
during the war. That's when you could have got corned
Chris
beef.
Burns says, my girlfriend's gran lives in London, and she said Ned can crash with her while he prepares for the Seagull fight.
Fair play, fair play. How
On a
old is she?
promise.
Neddy ain't ready. There's this
Oh, yeah?
4-4.
Oh,
lad,
That's
what a
it.
bad ball.
United got out of jail.
I mean, United should have been
They put
home and
themselves in
hosed.
jail.
Yeah,
They should have been home and hosed about
Great
18
winner, though.
times.
Great winner.
That's a good goal to win it, but
Fair
they should have
play.
been home and hosed 84 times.
But Ned is always home and hosed. Like Cam,
When
apparently.
Cam's around, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Kevin Murphy. No, I'm not leaving that off. We will be careful, though, with make sure we don't get any drinks off Ned that night in the caravan.
No. To be fair, if you're safe for one thing, it's getting drinks off Ned, isn't it?
Yeah.
As we, as you experienced in Washington.
Drinks and petrol.
Yeah. We all,
So,
Oh, he's lost it. People, he's lost it.
No, you need to do it in front of a camera.
Yeah, get in front.
Doesn't.
Do it where people can see you. It's no good doing
No.
it there. None of us are looking.
We're not looking.
None of us are looking at you then.
Looking.
No, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. If you were doing it in the front of the camera, we'd all be looking at you and all be joining in, loving you.
I can't do it anymore.
You've ruined it.
Incredible.
Why have you ruined it, Ned?
I can't.
Don't know. He didn't do it.
We were all with you.
Didn't see him.
We all
Didn't see
committed. We were committed to you.
Last
But
time
no,
I
he
seen
was
him,
trying to do some weird
last
dinosaur
time I
thing.
seen him, he was running around the stairs in Conway Castle. Oh, keeper gone drop it.
He actually caught one. Well, big
Incredible.
win, that. It's a big win for United.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, in the circumstances.
97-minute winner.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes after conceding an equaliser.
Fair play. Good goal.
It was a very good goal by Mathew, but bloody hell. Let's put on Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans to see game out. Next minute, goals galore.
Can't believe it's deadline day.
You've not said that before.
Wow, poor TV says Bellingham tackled Greenwood in
Yeah,
tonight's
I've
Madrid
seen it.
game
And
and then
said
called him something.
He may have called him something.
Yeah,
Lip reading,
people have said
People
he's
have
called
said-
him something.
beginning with an
Bit
R.
derogatory.
Beginning with an R.
and ending in a T. Rat.
Greatest.
Great. Ratest.
No, I know, but from the other night.
Yeah. Yeah. It is mad, isn't it? Paul Hubert says, "Oh, Liverpool and United play the kids. Look what happens." Yep. Jack Baker says, "I am a lip-reading master," and he knows what he called them.
Do you know what the seagulls say?
Mm.
Did they follow the trawlers?
Yeah. In the hope. They followed the trawlers in the hope.
Little fish.
Like Ned.
Oh, what a night.
Ned,
Yeah, man.
set tag up for a wrap up and just put the link there. The Blue says, "Oh my God."
5-minute wrap up.
Oh my God, he has said it as well.
Fair play.
Well, fair play to Jude. He doesn't mess around, does he? Jude says it like he means it.
If anyone can say it,
And have game saying
Yeah.
it, then it's Jude Bellingham
it's Jude.
right now. Hey, Jude. Tell me when you've done it, Ned. You big seagull basher.
Oh my God.
Relax.
What a day. What a day.
It's been quite a cool day, though, really, considering.
What does yellow mean?
It was nice.
Rod says, "Got the thank you email, but it tells me to upgrade if I click a link." He's just joined Premier.
Oh.
If you've just joined, it's not going to tell you to click a link.
Have you joined with actual money?
Not if you. No, tell me that, will it? Have you joined with actual money? That's what you just said. No, he says like your latest thing, but just have a look and see if Rod is the latest joiner.
It won't update that.
Oh, it
quick.
won't update
No.
quickly, will it?
Bleb has. It says Bleb.
Bleb.
Bleb, B-L-E-B. Bleb.
Maybe Rod.
And Rod Ross.
Sim's joined too as well. Nice one, thank you very much, Sim. Top man. I'm confused how to join Discord though.
Oh, I need to put a link in for Discord, which I'll sort out.
Pedal sort the link. Like, Ned, tell me when you've done.
I'm just making it up.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay.
Ned's just making it.
as well.
There's a Discord on Premier, yeah.
I was just thinking this might be the latest live stream we've ever seen.
Bleb is Sim. What's he say?
I was just thinking this might be the latest live stream we've ever set up. But do you remember the was it Millenarios?
Yeah, that was the latest one when we were in here at like
2 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
And we won.
When John Joe Kenny scored a
Goal.
yeah,
Penalty.
an anchor.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that when we just sat here watching them games?
Good times.
Everton had Moise Keane in there.
The best of times.
David France, not Dr. David France, says Yasser Asprilla.
Might have been, how do you know?
Went after him, yeah. Didn't get him. Watford said, "No, we keep him. Bye." And that was it. We should have... Surely Watford would have took, like, Michael Keane or something. They would have took someone, wouldn't he?
So
If they wanted to go bankrupt.
at the end of this video, a link will come up for people.
Okay, a link will come up. You don't have to go anywhere. Just click the link. Go over to MTAG and we'll do a little roundup on More Than a Game.
That's it.
22.
Is it done?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so Ned, you're in control, so tell me what's happening. You're the director at this moment.
Scary though.
Pressure for him now.
Terrified.
All right, we'll be live at 27 minutes past.
So in 5 minutes, 5 minutes. This is your 5 minutes. You don't have to go anywhere.
Promise you.
You literally don't have to go anywhere. We'll be back on in 5 minutes, but we'll be over at the desk.
At the
For
desk.
what's called the wrap-up. Yeah?
All right, okay. Fair enough.
Has Ned just walked in? Has he never been here in his
Oh,
life?
so you told me I was
He's
a
got the
director then.
focus on the seagulls.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough then. If he's focusing on the Seagull fight, then fair enough.
Left leg stopped, his right one started.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He's focusing on it.
Legs are, I'm not being fun, his legs are more erratic than my dog when it's having a dream.
Fair play. So, Ned, what's happening?
We're live at 28 minutes past.
28,
Oh,
so it's 5 minutes again.
Look, a minute to finish.
Okay, we'll do it then. Right, we'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere, just leave it, and we'll be back on in a minute.
I'll be back.
Make